Thank you for all things. I have to do what I have to do, right? So don't make any plans. Don't make any plans. Don't make any plans. Father will reckon for you. So you never know. Your plans might be somebody else. You never know. It's like push and pull. And what if he takes something from you? It's a benefit later. Like if you sacrifice, like you said, if you knew your eye was going to make you covet, cause you to commit sin, would you pluck it out? Or sometimes we don't realize it's a push and a pull, right? Give and take in life. So sometimes you have to give, and sometimes, well, some people take away. So push and pull, right? Some people are takers, and some people are givers. So you'll know them by their fruit. Service to self or service to others, right? So right now I need to take care of myself, sell some things, get some things sold. So I can't sell any on the internet. That I might come in here and find somebody who wanted to buy some land or a motorcycle or a truck or a flatbed or something. Got it till Monday to come up the money to go to trial. So got no other options at this point. Slashing some prices. Thought I'd come in here. Maybe somebody might want to buy some land or something. Get off the grid, start a homestead, start a little mini farm or something. Got a lot of availability. If somebody just want to come in and just donate to the cause, you never know. I don't want to stay in here too long. I already streamed for I don't know how many hours today, 15, 16 hours, something like that. 16-hour day here, but it's a big drink. That was a big drink. So, anybody interested in any land? I'll buy some land. Want to buy a motorcycle? Sell you a motorcycle. Motorcycle, cheap. Honda, super reliable, great motorcycle. I think I might sell that truck too, that Ford truck that I have for it. Can't seem to get the time to get it fixed or go get the. How they get somebody who knows what they're doing, they drive it away. It's not like parked it where it's at. Just somebody says probably ground, but I'm not super good with electrics. Not Ford or my thing, so I've bought a few of them. Fords aren't bad, but I'm more of a Chevy guy, so I'm going to think all of them. I think Fords, Dodge, Chevys, Plymouth, Chevrolet, Chrysler, GMC. What are you doing, puppies? So, start coming here before I rack out for the night and wait for another day out here in the high desert. Stars are staggering tonight. One of those nights where there's an unfathomable amount of stars out here. So, the Milky Way galaxy's going all the way across the night sky. It's pretty amazing. Lots of stars. I guess there's that comet. Was it 3i or whatever, AI or whatever? AI. So that's hilarious. No such thing as AI. Bunch of antichrist idiots, but how about that? Yeah, So what's on your radar? Oh my goodness. What are you doing? How you living? Tango. You guys are quiet. Maybe they're just banning my chat because they like to do that. So what happens when you hover over the truth in the same narrow way? He's the truth, right? Aletheia. Hados, the narrow way. He said, I am the way. I'm a way maker. I make a way when there's no way in hell. So, Good stuff, Clown. Good stuff. Please stay away from canned food if you can, Clown. It doesn't last. It's got liners in it. It's not very good. It'll work for now. It's better than nothing. Even if you're just thinking about it, just thinking about preparedness, you're better than most people, to be honest with you. So good for you taking the step. So I hope you got your water filter. Get that Sawyer Mini as soon as you can, and then try to go to the long-term food storage. It really is worth the money. It's not a waste of your money. It's a little bit more, but you get 2 meals out of it, and you can mix a squirrel in it and a duck or a whatever. A rat, who cares? Cooking on the barbecue will be awesome. Put it in there with that meal and make it trout, anything. Extend that out. So those are really good for the money. I like the mountain house. You want stuff you're going to eat. So that stuff's not very good for you. You get sick and not going to very have good protein. You need high protein, especially somebody like me. I'm going some serious stuff, man. So I need to keep my protein level. I'm glad I can eat 10 eggs a day, or I'd be a wreck, man. And I wouldn't make it. So I don't know. I better get some eggs glassed here soon. Better get some lime and figure something out. I don't know. It's hard to make any plans in my life because Father just crushes everything, but that's all right. But good, outstanding. But try to stay away from the can type of stuff because it just doesn't have longevity. It doesn't. I've done this for so many. I've done it for decades. So the best bet is that long-term food storage. Anything that's freeze dried is always going to be, because you have to here. Even though canned food, I like canned food because it is prepared. You can eat it out of the can. Whatever, Mad Max, whatever. When you want to eat something you want to eat, go for some of these backpacker meals. Look at the back. There's like 5. I should call them that. Go to these backpacker meals. Don't think so much survival, because they can get hot and cold, and you know what I'm saying. And you don't want to. You try to keep them, but then they're light. They're light. They can. I'm telling you, Clown, one season of them getting hot and cold in the can. This ain't grandma's canned food. That stuff's still in there today. You can open it up. Still, they change. There's these liners, and they don't last. Anything that's like a vegetable, if it gets a little hot or a little cold, it just turns to mush. I mean, it does not hold its. So you got something. That's better than what most people have. There's nothing wrong with. I had tens of thousands. I used to trade people. I used to. It was a medical grower, and I always had a little bit of extra cannabis, because you know, I didn't grow a lot. I just grew really good quality, and people like rather get the quality than the quantity, and so I would trade for canned food. And I had a lot. I mean, I would too. It's like, well, whatever. I'll trade you for some food. I don't want to buy. I don't want to sell you anything. I don't like selling this. I don't want to sell it. I don't want to be known as selling it, but I'll trade. I always trade anything. Me, I'll trade. Well, yeah, you trade for everything. Yeah, I'll trade. You got any canned food like meat or like salmon or maybe some corned beef, or I really don't really want the vegetables. I can get any of those all day long. I collect that type of stuff. So I had, man, I'll tell you, I brought 100,000 cans out on this. Well, probably 30 or 40,000 cans on this property. They're all gone now, but people took them, and that's all right. They used them up, and then I had to get, I used them for pig food and whatever. But it's not something you need you need high nutrients food, something you want to eat, something you like. You want to be eating canned food when hard, we know things are going to get worse. So, you know, whatever you want, store what you want. Mylar bags is what you need to get right now. Clown, 7 mil Mylar bags, no windows, 7 mil Mylar bags. You don't need to worry about vacuum sealing. That put an oxygen absorber. You can seal them with a woman's crimp iron. There's a lot. Those sealers aren't that expensive and you can start sealing up everything like that. Don't think that you can't still do things like rice and beans. Don't be too proud to go get to a food bank if you can find. This is the time. Make your time. Yes, Mylar bags, 7 mil. Right. Make sure you don't want to get something that's gonna pop the bag and then get air in it and then just lose all it, because there's two things that make long-term food storage go away: air and obviously moisture. So that's why you use it. You don't have to worry about the vacuum seal. You get oxygen absorbers. Be careful. Look up a couple of videos of people using them. All I'm saying is you got to make sure you keep them they're an oxygen, or you expose them to oxygen, they're going to start absorbing oxygen. And all they are is iron filings. That's just iron. You can make your own oxygen absorbers if you look it up too, but you can buy them and then you throw them in there, and then it's sealed up, and you can not worry about it for probably 10. There are so many things you don't have to buy the long-term food storage that you can store just long-term, just drying and things that you don't even need to, such as, like rice and beans and a lot of these things that you can get access to. Like I said, don't be proud. Try to think, get this for people for later, man. Get this for people for later that just aren't thinking right. Maybe you can use it as a barter or something like that, and there's a lot of availability. So, yeah, 7 million. The reason why I'm saying is you want something that you don't want that bag to get compromised. That's why I don't like to seal it up. Some people still like to shrink the bag up. If that stuff is brittle in there or hard and it gets a little pop in that bag and air compromise it, it's not going to last as long. As long as that oxygen absorber is in there, that stuff's going to last for 20 years most of the time. Anything with an oxygen absorber, if it's something that's dried, like that, or freeze dried, or even dried, pretty much it's going to last for 25 years, probably 25 years in our life. We're not going to probably I don't know. We'll see if this world's got 25 years. That's pretty long. I said that, I told you I don't pick times, but maybe that long we got. I don't know. We'll see. It's not the end yet. So we got to plan for a long-term food storage. It's not like all these people want to doom and gloomy, and that's not what you want to be thinking. You want to be surviving. No, you want to be thriving. You get that mentality. I can do that now. So there's lots of ways to seal bags. Mylar bags, those can be sealed with like a woman's crimp iron, and lots of ways. You go to the Goodwill and get one of those things. You don't need to get the machine, and they're not even that expensive. Don't worry about sucking the air out of the bag. You don't need to do that with a big Mylar bag. It's thick. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. You want to compromise. If you notice, you buy those camping meals, some of those, I'm talking about like the, what is it? The company I use, the Mountain House. They're not all shrunk in. When you buy those backpack meals, they're not all, you don't buy like that. Stop thinking you need to suck it all. You think long term, got to vacuum seal it. You don't need to vacuum seal anything. You just need to seal the end of the bag. Put the Mylar bag in there, seal the end of the bag. Done. I like to do 2 seals. I have a sealer. They're not. And then hack all this stuff. You understand? You're smart enough, clown. Hack all this stuff. There's these websites that you can hack all this so you can see what people are doing. The cheaper ways, the faster way, the right way, the wrong way, and you'll get it because you're smart enough. You're not some clown. Oh, wait. Never mind. Just kidding, buddy. I'm just joking. I'm trying to keep humorous in here. But that'll help, like I said. And then there's, there are things. Look at all the things you can store long term that you don't need to worry about trying to prep, so to speak. There's a lot of things, but really try to find, try to find things that you want to eat. And that's what I'm telling you. I tell you Mountain House because I eat. That's what I eat. You know what I'm saying? And I don't eat that all the time. I just kind of started eating a little bit too much of that because I got to use it up. I had so much of it. I didn't even realize how much I bought through the years. And like I said, how much I even told people then, like I said, well, I'll trade a little, some extra, that herb that I had or whatever, bees or whatever you call it, when I was doing some trim or whatever. And I said, oh, I'd take some of them. I got some of those. Some people had them. I got some of those backpacker meals too, if you use those, because they knew I'm like, yeah, I'll take those too. So I had some stuff too, and then I bought some. And when I buy things, I don't think about ever buying for me. It's so hard to things buy for me. Everything I think is I'm buying for the ministry or the future or the community. It's hard to spend money on me. So when I looked at all that stuff, it just brought to fruition, man, that the farmer gets the first fruits, right? Like Father will get the harvest. We don't condemn. He gets to condemn. We just judge with righteous judgment. He's the farmer. He gets the first fruits. He gets to separate the wheat from the chaff, right? We don't get to do that. So under this covenant, right? So, but when I looked through some of those things, like, wow, I'd forgotten that I just bought so many, because I was just thinking that, okay, these are all get divided out. This, I still thinking in my mind, okay, I got to keep the damn. It's so hard with a tribe. You got too many chiefs and not enough Indians, and I didn't get the right amount, and this all. I'm portion control like a mother. I'm saying everybody's got to get. I mean, down to if we need to put this stuff on weight. And even if you do that, clown, even if you do that, there's still going to be somebody who's going to bitch. I've been in the food industry. I know I've managed a 5-star restaurant, worked in it, if I cooked in it, you know, you can get it perfectly right, and somebody's still always going to bitch. So, anyways, think that you don't. Here's another thing too that I really want to try to add to this too, Clown. You don't want to be cooking later. This is the amazing thing about this freeze-dried meals and stuff is that you can cook, you can eat them. I mean, these things are better than like you could buy these things like because those are 2 meals. Most of those bags is like $10.99, and like in Weimar they'll run like them down to $2 off or $3 off. You can get that for like $8 with 2 meals. And like I said, you split with a squirrel or something with your shiitake mushrooms or chanterelles if you're using it and trying to have that, or you're just eating it. You're stuck in the city. Fuck, I should have left. Oh well, I'm here. I got the blackout curtains. I don't want to make fucking a big scene. I don't want to be trying to cook shit, and I don't even have the time to grow food in rows. I need something that's high energy, something that I can eat. Or, you know, I'm kind of on the go. I'm telling you, you could take those backpack meals and take 4 Ziploc bags and make the badass fucking trail mix. Fuck trail mix. Silly trail mix. But I don't like all that wheat, barley. You can eat that stuff right out. All that stuff's good. The chicken, all of that Mountain House still. I mean, it's just, it's like, oh man, it's just amazing because it doesn't have the moisture in it. It's all freeze dry. It's all the flavors like pow, you know. But then, or you can heat it up, or even if you couldn't get it hot, you could still bring it back up, not hot, or if you can warm it up, and you can get warmers. Remember, there's warmers you can buy like in military rations that will warm your food without, you know, starting a fire. You just put the water and it has a reaction like an iron file, and it does that with a warmer. I don't know if you know what a field warmer is, that type of, and they have those. You can buy those, you know, all kind of surplus stores and army. Is there a practical way to freeze dry things at home? Yeah, it's called buy a freeze dryer. Buy a freeze dryer. Buy it with 1 or 2 of your friends, and man, you could make so much. I'm telling you, a good food bucket is going to cost you. Not this crappy survival stuff where you've gone some wild stuff, but you've gone too far. Whatever. Goodbye. Eat it. Eat. How about eat a dick? Eat some little Vienna sausages or something. Get out of here. You've gone too far. Well, then get the fuck out of Dodge. Goodbye. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Okay. So, anyways, I don't eat hot dogs. I don't eat pork. But, anyways, think what I'm saying here. You don't want to be cooking. You want to have something that's, like I said, like I was just saying, trail mix. This idiot. Practical, you can take on the go. If you had to put it in your side pouch, you can eat it. And, you know, if you didn't need to heat it, eat it. It's all has all the options. And what you've done now is you've taken the time that you don't want to be doing now. So careful with a lot of these freeze-dried meal. This shit's crap. Pancake mix and, you know, oatmeal. You can buy all that stuff from the store. That's not, you want meat. You want high, you know, like, which even if you just did it for eggs, clown, even if you just did it for like just free, it's like $60 for a number 10 can of eggs. So if you were really buying like meat, because who cares what else? I mean, there's other things, fruit, and that's the same thing. If you have your own machine, these things were expensive. When I first bought, you know, the first one that was now I think a medium, and now there's larges and extra larges and stuff, but it's not a small. They're like, you could go to Home Depot and buy these things. They're all over. And so you'd want to buy a scratch and dent unit. You can find them online. Okay, people that might stay away from that. I go ahead and buy one from one of these companies, a scratch and dent unit from Harvest Right Freeze Dryer. There are others. These have been in the business the longest. I bought 5 of them from them, so I know these machines. You know, they'll still get the same way. Ain't no like difference to going to like Home Depot and there's somebody bumped the side of that little chrome, nice freezer, and now it's got it because it's got a little bump in it. It doesn't matter about the little skin. Stay with stainless. You know, I've always had stainless. Never got any with color on them. Stainless is microbial, antibacterial. Stainless food, stainless steel. You could probably pick up stainless steel for probably like $1,200 right now. I'm serious. I like $1,500 for for a medium or a large. I think it is not the small. It's 4 or 6 tray now. They have so many different models. It's crazy, but I'd probably stay away from a used one unless, I don't know. If you find one, get a hold of me. I look at it for you. But they're really the great thing about what I did is because you're suspending time. I always said, I'm not doing this for survival. I don't care about that. I mean, that's really, there's so many other benefits, but it's like a time machine. Food's not getting better. If I know if I could capture that food right now, see, like drying food, you lose, because you heat it up about 30%. Like canning, pressure canning is about 40% because of the heat. If you don't heat the food in this process, like raw food or whatever, probably want to maybe eat some raw food and it don't change. I'm telling you, if I cooked a raw steak, or if there was a raw steak and then I did a freeze-dried steak and repurposed, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. They would look and the texture be the same. They don't lose. That's the thing about freeze-drying. You only lose 3% of the nutrition that's in the food. So that was important. I did this for nutrition. I want to capture nutrition so I can be high performing. So when everybody around me is like, oh, I'm like, I'm not going to be down, like not that aggressive, but it's like I don't want to be struggling when it's a hard time. So you don't want to buy pancakes and eat all that crap. Stay away from a lot of those survival food companies who sell a lot of crap. Put your own stuff together. You could buy all that stuff with 7 Mile. Look at what they're selling. Get their shit. Well, I could buy all that for the Winco or the whatever, the Costco or whatever, and do that on my own. Freeze drying is different. Now you can manipulate everything you throw in that machine. When I started doing, there's only little beef kibbles, and I've been eating tri-tip. That stuff is so good. I ate that tri-tip. It was from 2019, Cloud. I was eating it on the light. I did it. I ate tacos, and I was just eating it up because it was like, I need to get the first fruits. Holy crap, man. I got a little overboard on that. And I don't think it was the food that I had. It was just, I was eating too much of it. So you don't want to eat anything, that's what I'm saying, too long like that too. That's why you want to, mix it fresh. And, and I've been better because I didn't have the chickens. I'm telling you, if I just had the chickens, I'd have been fine. Right. You won't want pancakes and oatmeal. And no, you want deer meat or crumble. You don't want beef crumbles. You want chicken breast. You get chicken pieces. You can put chicken breasts. You know what I'm saying? You're saying? And then, Clown, if you went in with this with somebody, dude, I'm telling you, it's going to be worth it. It'd be worth it. And you could even sell it later if you just did it. And I've done that with stuff before, used it, took care of it, and said, all right, I got my purpose. I'm going to let somebody else enjoy it and lose a little bit, and they gain, and it's a win-win. I bartered a lot of things like that. And, so look at it that way. All I'm just saying is if you bought and tried to get like Canadian Prepper and bought some of those really good companies that he carries, even nicer, probably better than Mountain House, because they make a lot of these backpacker meals. Don't think survival into the world. They're like backpacker meals. I want to go out there and enjoy and have a meal once I get out to that good spot and, have a nice food. This isn't end of the world. So some of these people have put together some really good products now. But you can do that with your machine. And now listen, the other thing which is amazing is you could create desserts that are just like, oh my, but I don't like sugar. So I'm not really into that. So I did some, but sugar's not my thing. That's morale boosters, man. You can put together some stuff and you need that type stuff too. So I was thinking for long term. That's the way I always thought. Yeah, cool. Yeah. So, anyways, look into this stuff. And like I said, you'll find that these freeze dryers are worth their money. And they really are. People, they're expensive, but they're not that expensive anymore. I was so blown away at the price of them. But there's other companies that have come out. There's multiple models now that they've had, and the prices come down. VCR was what? I was blown away because I don't really go into town. You know how much a 42-inch screen TV would have cost you $5,000, $4,000 for a 42-inch TV. Dude, you could get a 65-inch TV for like $300 or $400 now, guys. I know it watches you, it monitors, it takes pictures, it's all, but it's still like, I'm like, whoa, things come down over time. VCR isn't that expensive now. Wait, nobody uses VCRs, but anyways, 8-track, whatever. The tech, it catches up with itself. So, but it's the best way to preserve long-term food storage, because you truly take out all the oxygen and all the moisture out of the food, and it really does not change the texture because it's vacuum. A dried banana is going to be that hard, crunchy banana. See, that's the crazy thing, because you just said texture. Texture is everything. I'm a cook, so sometimes it has nothing to do with the flavor of something. It is 100% about the texture. So the texture is a little weird, but when you repurpose, you can repurpose most things pretty close back to their same. Not everything, and you can't freeze dry. I know, like I said, it's crazy how cheap these are. Like, dude. Well, see, that's the other thing, too. Think about that. I'm always cheap because I've been doing preparedness on this channel for 6 channels. I always talk preparedness, and been doing for a dozen years preparedness on YouTube. Trust me, I put out plenty of hours, and I think I put out some of the best preparedness on YouTube. So um, I do. Anybody want to buy a motorcycle? Anybody want to buy some land? Anybody want to buy a truck, a flatbed, turbo diesel, flatbed, tilt cab? I got land for sale. I need to come up with some money here. Donations open there. Please use the PayPal or Cash App if you can. But you don't have to stay in here. Just trying to, I have to get one more goal here, hopefully, and I can make a move forward. And my life will go figure out something financial different on how we'll go on from here. We got more land. I got lots. I have stuff for sale. I got assets. So not like I'm broke because I don't own anything. I have lots of assets. I just need to sell. So want to buy some assets, get a hold of me. Got land for sale. You want to hold on to a V6 motorcycle and ever feel the V6 on the, that's a thrill to have a V6. It's a good motorcycle. It's got excellent reviews, shaft driven. This one's got bags, ape hangers, set of apes on it. Nice, comfortable ride. I've got 5 acres of land, and I got a 20-acre parcel. I'll sell you the 20-acre parcel for 5. It's not, I don't own the land, but I've been paid 12 on it. I can walk into that land for 5, and I'll talk with the landowner that I bought this owner land sale. He'll walk you in that, and I have another 5-acre parcel that I might even take it down on that land too and walk somebody on an owner land sale, because I own that land outright. I can walk you into an owner land sale with owner land sale network. I bought this land. I own this land. This ministry. This land's not for sale. I own this 20. I sold the other 20 over there to Kevin. That's how do I pay this land off for the ministry or whatever, but I own a 5, and I've been paying on another 20, which is a partial that I was going to buy for my son, but I don't think he's coming back. I don't want to get into all that right now, but trying to just keep this preparedness for a minute. So the 20-acre parcel I've had up for sale for $39,000, but I would sell it for $20,000, $19,998. How about that? And it's a 5-acre parcel. It's It's the closest property for sale towards the school. It's a homestead. It's got power on, not hooked up, but on the property. 2 power poles. Water's probably 100 feet down. It's one of the best waters on this side of the valley. It's just a primo property. I just didn't. It was a property. I built it. I just got $40,000 in the land to build a UFO, and I'm silly like that. I'm that kind of guy. I do weird things. I build UFOs out in the middle of the desert. Can't be the craziest guy unless you build a UFO, right? So, craziest guy in town, So, anyways, not about crazy. It's about just doing what Father tells me to do. So, but anyways, if you want to buy some land, let me know. I got land. 5 acre. I can't split. You can't split land up like, I want to buy an acre. You can't do that. That's not how that works. I mean, they have acre parcels in town, but those are, probably the same price, 20 for an acre. And there's nothing wrong with that little town. So I told them, hey, at least you're not out it's about 100 miles from a Walmart. How about that? That's where 100 miles from a Walmart. There we go. That's perfect, right? Bend's a great city. Look at the area. It's Silver Lake, Oregon. It's on Facebook right now, Marketplace, for $39,000. But I'll sell it to you for 19. I'll take 20 grand off right now. I have the motorcycle up. I listed it for 42. I'll sell it right now outright, $1,500. Send me a Cash App for $1,500. I'll give it to you. I have the title. Probably needs a jump start. It's been sitting. I pulled the cover off of it, so probably needs a little. Like I said, I'm sure you can drive it right out of here. It's got the title for it. I have the title for everything I have for sale. The only thing I don't have a title for that's not in my name, and I'd have to just check with the owner, is that 20-acre parcel. But that's, I could probably do for $5 grand. Like I said, I've got 12 in it, and then I could walk you into my payment and tell Jesse, hey, this people, you sign my name over, and I'm sure he would. I wouldn't have any issues. He'd sell me another 100 acres out here if I wanted to buy it from him. So I've got good business in this town. I've done good business, and own what I got. Everything I have is for sale, nothing's stolen. So, um, and I got a Ford pickup truck. I'm not sure on that truck. I'm not. I parked it. I think the inspection cap cover came off, and uh, something it caught the edge of the fire. I put it out, but replaced that wire. And I think the little Fords are finicky. I've had a couple of those Fords, and that little thing up on the firewall, I forget what they call that. It makes the power. Somebody said, if that wiggles, do you need to tighten it down? That's why it's not, you got power to everything, but the starter, you need to just, it's wiggling, you're an idiot. I'm like, well, I tried, I'm just trying it, got to do it a million things, not a Ford guy. So I think got new tires on it. It's probably got, I don't know how many miles on it. It's got $1,000 worth of tires. I'd sell that. I think I paid 3 or 4 for that. Got the title to it. I take $1,500 for that. So $3,500 for a flatbed turbo diesel that, I don't know. That's giving that away too. I was going to haul it up to the end of the road today, but my back just haul it. I'm just trying to drive it up there. Got to haul my body around every day. But anyways, moving on. Let's finish. We'll talk about whatever else. So if you see the stream or something to restream and you're interested, hit me up at Predestined4light and in the chat. And if you want to just donate, like I said, I got 2 days come up with $5,000, so we'll see. I get shadow banned because I do a lot of internet work, and so I thought, well, I could go talk to some live bodies. Somebody might just want to donate to the cause. You never know. I ain't a grifter. I got shit for sale. Tell me, ain't no grifter. All I do is give. Gets me in trouble for giving, but that's all right. That happens to a lot of us. You ever try to help somebody and you end up getting fucked over for that? Oh, man, I'm loose tonight, I guess. Well, I guess I was trying to come in here and not be, but I'm a little wore. I already worked 2 jobs or whatever, 16 hours I think in here I put in today. Yeah, whatever. But before I rack out at that, you never know. Got to do something. Got to get those tires on the truck. Got to, even after 5,000 for the, get this final legal thing taken care of, then I still got to get firewood and tires, just like all of us. We got bills, but hey, life ain't Burger King. Can't always have your way, but you never know. Life is Father's timing, Father Nature and Father Time. Oh, imagine that. So, all right. Well, my chat's getting messed with. What's going on? Grift. Yeah, that's okay. I ain't a grifter, man. I don't care. All I do is, whatever. Like just saying, okay. So, anyways, Clown. So, either way, too. It was pretty neat because Clown, when I was actually eating some of those Mountain House meals too, there were so many meals that I've forgotten that I was bought because I bought them and there's so much stuff I still have down in there. There's, like I said, there's 10 of us in here. We could shut the gates on this property and live here for 10 years and never go say, nope, society, goodbye. That's kind of a neat thing to have abundance. And my problem, I can't share what I have. I can't sell what I have. Father restrains me because I'm an internet, junkie, I guess, whatever you want to call it. But it's made the way. It's been difficult and narrow and many things, like turn things up on their head and use the good for the bad. No, use the bad for the good. No, turn it on its head, turn it upside down. That's what I do. I don't do none of that. I use it to do Father's way. So he always crushes me. And it's always going to be difficult. Difficult is the way. So, but anyways, there's only one way, and that's the narrow way. But it's going to be difficult. And so I know I'm going to get crushed, by been doing it too long. You do something for, too much of a good thing is a bad thing, huh? Remember that. Sometimes less is more. So, but you never know. It only takes one. I've had people have done it for so long that, like, oh man, I'm gonna have to move back over here. I've done this for so long that I know that people might sit there and laugh at you and say something about anything, when you're selling something, they think it's hilarious or they think it's too much or you're ripping somebody up, but it just takes one person to be totally happy. Oh, thanks. And handshake and bam, that's called a free market, baby. But, oh man. Yeah, I was going to go live, but I'm like, I need to go there and try it. So you never know. My son might come there and have Man, I need 5 grand. I'm not gripping money. I need it. I got to get this done. I get one past this milestone, and we'll see what happens in my life. And I, like I said, if it doesn't happen, then it was meant to be. I'm not even worried about it. Just, I'll represent myself in court if I have to. If you don't want to be my attorney, I'll get the money back and I'll have money in my pocket then. I won't need no. I'll be okay. I won't need no money again. I just need to get. I just spent $100,000 this year. Or in about 14, 15 months. That's not even on me. That's on my son. And I bought the ministry and the other property that I've been working my butt off this last. But man, I was in a rhythm before I had to stand up there for my son. I was really doing good. It's kind of at the top of my game, living a true American dream out here, farming and living off grid, and building and just doing what I do, doing the word, sharing the word, trying to build a ministry out here, try to do everything, just say nothing, just beating the piss out of these cops with my mouth, not by, you know what I'm saying? Um, just standing up for the people, doing what I do, living the American dream. I thought, I was, you know, still can, trying, Father has a plan for me. So many people come out here and just think this is fair. I was telling Kevin the other, I was like, do you realize that we go to, because we're in a town, like how badass this town is, I said, minus the cops, and there's bad cops everywhere. I said, I always jived at how cool this place was. The people, I love this place because people come out here and they don't have to struggle anymore. They don't have to fight for time. You see people have time. They work, but that's their time, and they build what they want, and they don't do the cracker box little thing in the city, and well, big old house and a little piece of land, but out here, a big old piece of land, smaller house, you build multiple. Remember, there's multiple cabins. I hope that guy makes it out here from where he's coming from. I think he's going to be a good fit out here at this ministry. And Kevin got a good vibe at him too. So it's supposed to really be a place where people can come relax and live out the rest of their life. And most people sit behind a little hill or a little sand dune or wherever out here by the dunes. I'm over here and you don't ever see him. He's enjoy it and they buzz because they're not living in town and fighting a big bill and they own everything. They own it's like, I ain't getting no raising, no power. All this is empowering to be able to have your own, build your own and make your own and not be dependent and be. So you're already on your way, man. I don't know where you're at clowning around, but that doesn't sound like, for real. Like you're just, doing the thing, putting on the front, and that's cool because not like that. I'm saying you got to just sometimes like knuckle up and just do it, buckle down and get done what you can get done. And again, like you're on track that if you're trying to do something, you're so far ahead of so much. Nobody's like right now. That's why I keep trying to tell everybody, dude, the captain has not put the fasten seatbelt sign on, man. This is a good time to move to the exits and before everybody figures it out, man. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Just put a smile on your face and don't worry about it. Just do your thing and everything you can do one day at a time. Maybe you just get one thing done. Like I said, even just thinking about, maybe I should head towards the exit is probably way better than most at this point. And it is bad, but it will get worse and it's not like the end of the world. You're just going to have to get ready for this economic change. And a lot of it, having a good food storage is not stupid. That's always been a thing. Grandma had a pantry and a root cellar. They told you crazy if you didn't have extra food in the past. It was called putting food away for a rainy day. Well, whatever. I don't want to teach all the old ways. I have to go into it. I hope you have The Lost Ways, that book too. Do you own the book, The Lost Ways, Clown? That is probably one of the best books you can ever buy in your entire life. And I read books, but I study. As if you're like, I thought you didn't read. I read a lot. I study. If I think I'm reading, then I won't pay it any mind. If I'm studying, then my mind is on. I can just keep reading. But then I'm not reading. I'm studying. So I trick my brain because I can't read, or I get the Charlie Brown. Just my mind fades out. I start thinking about other things. But when my mind is on study, it's just. It's. You've been here long enough to see how my this brain of mine would be so good to shut it off and die, take a vacation for a minute. It'll still go. The brain will still fire. It won't fire in this thing, but that's who I am. So it won't stop. My madness is never going to stop. I'm eternal. I'm just going to keep firing, man. It's who I am. It's who Father made me. But preparedness is a good thing. Everybody says have extra oil. The Lost Ways, I believe. Yeah, it's called The Lost Ways. And it's amazing because this guy took and went with all the old ways. Clown, there's things that we've been using for thousands of years that have been tried and tested. Like you try that mushroom. No, you try it, clown. I ain't clowning around. You try it, All right. Here, I'll tell you what. We'll write it down, clown. If you start acting like doing the jungle boogie or something, and acting all weird, getting a seizure, we'll go get the Catholic priest. We'll sprinkle holy water and tell him you got a demon. So, they took all these old ways, like making pemmican and learning how to make food with, drying berries and lard and meat and grind it into something that lasts for years without even freezing it. So you can actually store meat without having it, the temperature varies without actually freeze drying. So there's a lot of ways in that book that are taken from the old ways, and you want to know what's working for thousands of years. And I already talked to you about that in here. I hope maybe you're in here. It was actually the ladies who were really much at the agrarian. We were the hunter, they were the gatherer. Not that they weren't hunters, not that we didn't gather in a good team or village or tribe could work together, but as a whole, as a couple, normally as separate and kind of that's the way it was, that he hunted and she gathered, and so the women were extremely knowledgeable. When I say a man could run into the woods and feed himself, I really mean like the woman could run into the wood and feed herself, because she knew what was, like we were just saying, about what to eat and what not, what looked like. They were very emotional beings, and they were very height sensitive to that type of thing. We're just get the food, bring it home, eat with the wife. She's got all the berries and all the mushrooms and all the vegetables, and we got the meat, boys. Let's sit down and have a ugh. You don't need to even beat her over the head and ring her. She's already in the cave. Yes, cool. Good stuff, Kat. Thank you, Scott. Outstanding information. Thank you. We're just offering up some property if anybody needs property or motorcycle or land or flatbed or truck, or if you just want to donate to the cause. I got to come with $5,000 by Monday. And so, not that I'm broke, I just don't have, the assets sold. So I don't want to be grifting anybody here tonight. If you know my situation, you know how much I've already have it's spent this year. So, oh well, life ain't Burger King. If you're always having a good time, how would you ever know what a bad time was? Right? Or if you're always having a bad time, how would you know what a good time was? We got to have a bird cannot achieve lift without resistance. So it's got to be some hard times. So you got to go through hell to get to heaven, right? Boom, shakalaka. So the donate button is open tonight. If you want to Cash App or PayPal, Bitcoin, and heck, even in the super chat will be on for the night too. I just don't get that, right away. So don't worry about it. Don't let me grift you. I got property, like I said. And you don't have to stay in here if you don't want. We're just talking preparedness. Clown will always talk preparedness in here. It's always thing. Preparedness is a lifestyle. You don't run out and buy all the fucking toilet paper and make everybody else your bungholes sting. Talk about ring of fire, man. You dickhead. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Prepper, follow him home. Right now you put yourself on the list, dumbass. Should have been buying TP like I've been telling you all along, but apologize for the cursing. Ronnie James. Oh my goodness. Ronnie James. Oh man, I was singing the Ronnie James song out there in the working the other day. What song was I singing? Oh man, Dio. Freaking Dio, man. Have to go back in time there. That's what I need to do. I just need to melt my mind. Not worry about it. I ain't getting no $5,000. I ain't donate anybody. I was donating money for cause for the last 16 months. So don't let me, again, make you feel obligated. You don't need to put yourself and try to strap yourself in front of a V6 motorcycle. Have you ridden a motorcycle before? I don't suggest you buy my motorcycle that I have for sale. It's a V6. Unless you're willing to strap a V6 on the front of your... I remember when Gene saw me. That's so freaking funny. That guy... Oh my God, what a pussy, man. I should have known. Pulled a gun on me trying to shoot me after I bought his property, man. See, I haven't even added into the equation this year. Do you know that, clown? I bought another property for the ministry this year, And the dude was like 3 days from getting out, and he pulled a gun on me. He called the cops and didn't even try to go get my money back. I'm like, fuck it, dude. Whatever. Thank you, Father. You know, even Kevin was there. I was like, dude, he was trying to pull the trigger, dude. He was going to shoot you, dude. You were like, dude, whatever, man. And then because when I rode that bike out here, the B6, I took it around and rode around the dirt. He's like, oh my God, you know, because I grew up riding bikes. And so he was like, ask you want to ride it? He's like, no. And then he got his truck and left. I was like, oh, I thought you like riding bikes there, Gene. You know, and he had a little fucking sissy fucking 883, you know, he had and whatever. There's nothing wrong with a Sportster. I love Sportsters. If I had an ideal bike, I like that 1200 Sportster. I could just rip that thing like I ripped that V6, though. It's no different than to me. But unless you can't ride, and I'm telling you, this is a very safe bike in traffic. If you don't ride it like I do, it is an amazing bike because you don't get blown around and you can pass. It's faster than any Harley. You like a bike to be fast, like to go fast, really, really, really fast. Well, this is the bike to do it on, and it's shaft driven, so it won't beat you up, and you can take this thing from here to Florida. Sold? Anybody? Let's start out with a $1,000 bill. Anybody got $1,000 bill? I think it was auction off all my stuff, guys. I think maybe I should. Maybe I should just auction everything off here at the ministry, except for things that are unessential. I could do it. I don't need to pay anybody. I'm my own auctioneer. So I'll be my own ring man. I could be my ring man too. I could be a ring man and an auctioneer. Yeah, I could. If I get enough people out here, I'm sure I could. Oh, that's taking it. So keeps. Anybody got it? Anybody dollar bill? Anybody won? Y'all in? I get dollar bill. Anyone? No, you better not. So, anyways, all right, $1,500 on the motorcycle. Anybody 15? Anybody won? They'll add it up for $4,200. That thing you can hold on to that. You can ride all the way to hell and back. All right, anybody $15 one? $15 one? Anybody won? All in? Y'all done? Nobody likes riding bikes, huh? I would guess a bunch of four-wheel thugs in here. I thought we had some two-wheel thugs. All right, anybody? Nobody rides bike. You know what? Red and gold. That's a Hell's Angel. You know what a Hell's Angel is? I got 15 now. One. I get 11. 6. Anybody 6? I get 16. No, I better stop. How many balloons would you take? How many balloons? I got 99. Red balloons got 99, 98, 98 and a half, 98 and a half, 97, 97, now it's 6 now, 5 now, 5. You're going backwards, man. You're going up. What the hell's wrong? This auctioneer is going the wrong way. I got 95, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 4 and a half, 85, 85, 85, 4 and a half, 83, 3 and a half, 82, and I got high 54. What? 94 balloons. Anybody won? All in done? Pop. Hello. It's popping in here. We're popping. We're going backwards. You're supposed to be selling and not popping what's popping in the most. I got 94. Anybody won? Y'all in? Y'all done? All right. Never stop it. I bet you I can auction all this stuff off, man. Who cares if I just got one price for everything? One money. Anybody, one money, everything from here to the end of the table. Anybody in? Anybody in? Let me give it one. Come on. You brought the old lady with you. That thing looks old like an antique. It's got dust on it like you, sir. Come on. No, they're on your hat. I could do this, man. I better do this. I think I'm going to have to, don't raise your hand in the back. Sold. Sold. What's your number, sir? All right. I've done that, brother. I've done so many stupid things in my life. Done charity auctions and stuff like that. So maybe we should auction all this shit off and walk away with one money. Come in and just say, hey, take it all. No, I can't. I'm not selling not the property. This property is not for sale. Let's talk about the motorcycle. Hey, now, property's not for sale. Well, you said it's a garage. I thought it was buying the whole property. Hey, now. Still got 5, 11 and a half. Anybody want all in? I got 15 on the bike. Anyway. All right. Thanks for coming in. We'll close the auction. I don't think we're having this an auction tonight. We better get this, better get us a bigger crowd. Do some advertising before we try to. Everybody's so broke, guys. I know it. It's so freaking hard to live right now. The government's printing $1 trillion every 100 days in America, man. Holy shit. That's like, come back here every day. I'll give you $1 million. Okay, I'll see you for about 360,000 years. Wow. That's like unfathomable. You know, like, oh yeah, we'll just dude, that freaking light is killing my eyes. I think I'm gonna pluck my eyes out of my face. Oh, that's better. Oh my gosh. Okay, better. Oh wow. Now you can't even see my eyeballs. But okay, they're better. It's not shining right in my eyeballs. I think it was pointing right in my eyes. Whoa. Okay, so I got a sewing machine. Anybody like sewing machines? It's all for sale. Remember, everything's for sale. Would you sell your soul? Who will say? Oh, I'm gonna do some jewel. So what are you up to, guys? What's going on in your neighborhood? You seen any them ISIS terrorists running around kidnapping people? Uh, yeah, I grew up red and white, so but I ain't afraid. You know what I'm saying? It's not whatever. So oh yeah, we're stitches. You know what about they say about snitches? They end up with stitches. Huh? Oh no, that's not the kind of sewing machine. Oh my gosh, man! I think I need to take a dirt nap. Wow. So if I said wow, so if I tattooed, speaking of Hell's Angels, a W on your left butt cheek and a W on your right butt cheek, you did cartwheels. You can say wow, mom, wow, mom, wow, mom. Don't let me get the tattoo machine out. Shoot the moon. So careful. He's doing cartwheels. There he goes. Oh my goodness. Oh, Tumba Jumba. Oh my goodness, man. Music makes me laugh, dude. I miss the 80s and the 90s, man. 70s, 80s, and the 90s were some crazy times, man. Oh my gosh. No, the 60s, man. No. That's pretty much the 70s. 60s almost blended. Oh, hey, let's go to war. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh, the old good old Iran Contra. Oh my goodness. We are the war machine. You know that? Let the war drum beat, right? Hey, you know what's the first casualty of war? What's the first casualty of war? Was always the very first casualty since it's now the DOW, not the DOD, Department of Tickets. It's now the Department of what? War. He said, wow to war. Welcome to Machine. Welcome. We're here. You made it. You've been wanting this war, America. You finally got it. They brought it to your doorstep. They got ISIS roaming around, kidnapping people for being poor because we're the war machine. We spend our money beating the snot out of everybody else while the country pays the price, and they get thrown in jail for being poor. Remember, $1 trillion every 100 days. They're spending, 1.5. Well, it's 1 trillion for our military budget every year. But oh man, I'm sorry, I was laughing. That's just not nice. The math, the music, just too much, man. I'm locked here in this 010101 computer brain inside my head. So it's okay. It's just trapped by flesh. It's not going to be here forever. So it's a temporary state of mind, a momentary lapse of reason. Dark side of the moon. So. Yeah, there you go. This America. My dad told me that 500 times a month. I swear it seems like sometimes. This America speaks Spanish, damn it. But he knew. He was smart. He spoke really good. My dad spoke. He spoke good Spanish. I think he spoke better in street Spanish. He was very fluent in Spanish. My brother Sean, he probably still this day can still speak very good, broken, fluent street Spanish. Because there's many different kinds. People don't. It's like street. There's different. We have different slang. Like people talk a little different on the East Coast than they do on. People don't realize there's formal, informal. But I don't know. No hablo español. Some people don't speak any Spanish at all. So. Like what they care? You care if somebody's speaking Spanish, man. It's America's a freaking melting pot, you idiot. But I don't know. I wish I would have grown up on the hill in the valley. Would you make up your mind? See, he's always just ripped me in half, man. Because I was born on the hill. They're not hills in the valley. It's the San Fernando Valley. So you look it up. Oh, I like to put a little eyebrows on my flower. So. Generally, I didn't do anything. I was going to put some on there. I guess I didn't to. The gummy must have got to me or something, huh? No, I just already worked 16 hours in here. I'm just trying not to think about anything right now. Nice. Okay, cool. Then, I grew up eating, I grew up eating Fat Jacks. It's the best meat in town. If you can't eat it, beat it. So I get to thinking about old times, so the world's changed so much, man. It's crazy. Bodyboard and the freaking, oh my God, they're attacking my body, every waves, waves and waves. Those are some pretty nice waves. He was gonna remember his styrofoam. We're all gonna die because of chlorofluorocarbons. Holy shit, dude, we're all gonna die. Styrofoam. Al Gore, get back in the closet, Al Gore. Your kids are never gonna see snow again. Oh my God, this world is out of control, man. Oh, the ozone, dude, you don't know anything about the atmosphere. Shut the fuck up. All right, whatever. Atmosphere. He's going to space shuttle land, dude. What an idiot. Space. There's another thing that's hilarious. All right. All those people with the space shuttle letter thing it blew up where they're all alive, right? Yeah, those are some pretty nice waves, NASA. I better stop. Hey, we used to go out there to Edwards Air Force Base, El Mirage, Lake, ride motorcycles, grew up down there. Absolutely loved it out there. Dad died in California in the San Fernando Valley, moved out to the Santa Clarita. It all blends together. I remember there was nothing out there, even in, early Santa Clarita. In my digger by the corner of Sierra and Soledad. What the fuck, there was nothing there but the hobo shack, well, the fishing. Dude, I'm old. Damn, I'm getting old. Where did the time go? Where did the time go? Oh my goodness. Aren't we supposed to be getting better like with age, like wine? Wine. That's all I ever do is wine. All you ever do is bitch and whine. Come on here. All you ever do is whine. Whatever. Life ain't Burger King, right? Fuck Burger King. How about some In-N-Out? Well, never mind. That's what a hamburger's all about. Yeah. Why do they play that jingle anymore? In and out, in and out. That's what a hamburger's all about. Yeah. Remember that? No? All right. I thought we had some SoCal in here. I'm from the dirty South. I told you, born on the valley. Oh, born in the valley on the hill. Would you make up your mind? Too short? That sounds like Oakland. Too short? So, oh yeah, remember Fat Jacks? I told you it's the best meat in town. If you can't eat it, beat it. Remember, what is the best hangover burger ever? Tommy's Chili Burger. There's always throw up in the parking lot of Tommy's. I'll tell you, how they ever go to Tommy's Chili Burger and there's not throw up in the parking lot. Oh my goodness, Tommy's Chili Burgers. Those things are animal style from Wendy. Hey, how about Cupid's? Dude, I ain't never talked to nobody's eating no damn Cupid's hot dogs. Man, Cupid's hot dogs. My dad used to tell me they put horse in the chili. They had glue in it. He did. My dad was so cruel to us. He said some of the stupidest shit to us all the time. Whatever, you live down there, you got to be crazy to live down there, especially when we grew up down there. It wouldn't be easy being a white boy in Los Angeles, California in the 70s. Dick Tracy was only Tracy, right? So, and my last name's Wiener. I mean, Werner. Well, it's Werner because they don't see the R, they see Wiener. So, oh my gosh, it was, oh, I wouldn't change it for the world, man. Though people were so mean to me, but that's okay. It made me who I was. I love everybody. I don't see color. So, everybody was ornery, but I had the same, amount of friends in every ethnicity. So, I didn't see color like that. People think it's weird to say you don't see color, but I guess they know it's just not. From being in LA to going into the military at 17, being around all, I don't know how the hell somebody sees color. We're all die, we bleed red blood, right? We all die. Some of us leave night quarts of oil every month, but that's the ladies. I couldn't do that and smash out or smush a crack out a watermelon out of a crack in the wall and leak 9 quarts of oil. Man, that's a high functioning machine right there. I'm glad I don't have to do that ever. I die every month. No thanks. But anyways, I don't know. See, I don't see man and woman either. We're all here. There is man and woman. I'm just saying, like race. What the hell are you talking about, race? Race? We're human beings, man. What the hell? That's crazy. I don't know. All right, whatever. See, it's a bias. You grow up around all colors. You're just not used to it. People grow up out south like nigger this, nigger that, nigger this. I'm like, what do you mean? Like white nigger, brown nigger, red nigger, yellow nigger, and they got green niggers now too. They got Martians, dude. Yeah, I remember Booger on was that Revenge of the Nerds? Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever. Slime creatures from outer space. All right, I'll calm down. You guys are no fun. You're not talking about Tommies or Cupids. I'm making a trip of the world, man. Remember, like Pauly Shore, man. We're like puff, puff, give, man. We're gonna have it's like puff, puff, give. Like we're gonna have a pass the joint around the world, man. We're gonna come back to California, man, so we get to keep the roaches. All right. You guys don't know any Pauly Shore. He's a sellout anyways. I met him in Alaska. Dude, what a sellout. All actors are sellouts, by the way. Most of them are PDF files, so actors. Damn, I ended up rolling down around all that too. Hollywood, my dad was an actor. My grandmother was an actress. My aunt was an actor. Dude, I hated all that shit. People are like, why are you so against fucking actors and rich people? Because that's all my family's, all that bullshit. My last name, hello. Not Werner, that's, never mind. Not Looney Tunes, okay? That's fucking German. I'm Swiss, okay? It's different. Like the banksters and the one with the clock, the time tellers, the Hadron Collider, never mind. Like Werner Braun Bahn. All right. We don't need no. All right, I'm moving on. I have to move on here soon, guys. I can't be here forever. I'm not here while I'm in this temporary meat suit for a country minute. So, Flash. Yeah, no, it was cool. I mean, hey, look, man. I went to the first showing of Star. I sat there in Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood, California, and saw the first showing of Star Wars. That's fucking insane, Fuck Luke Skywalker, but the very first showing ever. That's pretty insane. A lot of the things that I don't like to brag like that, but my dad was like pretty smart and he knew how to move around, and he used to take us down through. People are like, dude, why you take kids down in LA or down in Mexico and all that shit? Why not fucking care? Anyway, so many times we were so dark. I was, I'm as dark as my brother was the darkest Sean. And man, he got darker than me. Like, dude, I remember my friends that come up, Dad, you're looking nigger, man. Like, damn, your stomach's darker than mine. I had people to say it to me, like, you're dark, but my mom had a really melanin, dark skin, and I know that's where we get a lot of that. She was, I don't mean to go there like that, but like my mom's side is Jew and my dad's side is Swiss. So I'm a Swiss Jew. Like, make up your mind, would you? Once again, see why I'm getting torn in half. So, yeah, I don't know why my brain is going one side and the other. It's like my dad would always keep his word. My mom was like Frosted Flakes, like Tony the Tiger. She never kept her word. Always wait for that tackle box to come in the mail or something. And that never came. My dad, he said we're going fishing. We were out there fishing at 3 o'clock in the morning when it fucking raining down on us because I thought it was oh man. Well, I didn't know he's doing mushrooms with his buddies. That's why I was up all night. I didn't learn that until my older brother, Sean, older. Okay, anyway, so we used to go over to Mexico and we get almost picked up at the border. We were so flipping dark. You know, the only part of my body that wasn't tan was the bottom of my feet. You know, I grew up walking on 100-degree pavement. I tried that later. So all fun run to the pool. I remember I took my kid down to Disneyland Land, right, to go see the old Matterhorn, right? The abominable snowman, right? Take him to, hey, you ever remember going to Disneyland, man, when you were young? And then you go there later and you go on the, what's that undersea crap with the under the sea? They had the underground, I got to blow my damn nose. I'm laughing, squirting up my damn nose. I got respiratory issues. Oh, watch it, kids. Oh, man, I should make a couple of tacos. Dude, what am I eating? So much for gummies, huh? All right, we're talking about Universal Studios. I am a Cylon Raider. Yeah, Knott's Berry Farm, all that shit, dude. But I only got to live with my dad for 8 years. No, I didn't get to live with them very long. My mom and dad, a little bit when we were young, but my mom and dad when I was really young. It wasn't even like that either, too, because tacos, baby. My dad broke his back, and my mom had us for a while because of that, too. He had a couple major reconstructive back surgeries and stuff, so. Anyways, growing up down there is insane, you know, just all the things that we got to do, you know, season passes to Magic Mountain and shit, you know, just going to all the amusement parks, Disneyland, going to every fucking Dodger Stadium, Angel Stadium, going to fucking Raider games, fucking Rams games, you know, Rams games, remember? LA Rams, LA Raiders, so never mind. Commitment to excellence. Oh, damn. I can't imagine growing out in the middle of nowhere, but that's where I want to be now. Isn't that crazy? Grew up in the middle of all that shit, and I don't want to be nowhere, any of that. Get me the fuck away from all that. I want to be in the middle of nowhere where I live now. Get me away from that. Mm-hmm. My dad was just as nutty as me, I swear. You know, cut from the same cloth. He was nutty. But God, he could get a lot of shit done. Fuck, he can make some shit happen. I'm very blessed. I know that I told that to my son. I don't care if he's mad at me. If he's dead, I'm sorry if I had anything to do with it in a way that whatever happened, not, you know, by my hands, but or he's suffering, and that is still so hard to think that's anyways, but and my daughter, but you know, I told my son I got to spend 25 years with him. I only got to spend 8 years with my dad, you know, where man, we did so much in 8 years I couldn't even fathom the shit we did. We just never stopped going. I guess it was just, and we worked so hard too. We just he made us earn everything we had. He didn't just give us anything. Nothing was just handed to us. You ain't getting no allowance. Allowance. I think allowance came with a 6-hour, when going over all the bills. So we knew how everything, the cost of everything in the house, what it cost them. Every one of us do it. So we never asked for any allowance as a kid. So he gave us money for school and lunch and stuff, but we also worked 6 days a week in the house and did things outside the house. We had to work in and outside the house and still had chores, homework and other things that my dad would do. And somehow we always found a way to, he was a slave driver, but yet he wasn't. It was fucking crazy because we're always going. So sometimes people wonder how the fuck you go in here, come in here, and I go, you never met my older brother. He's a biker, He's the number one gang in the world. So I'm seeing him party till 2 or 3 in the morning, be up at 5 and smelling like roses and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed like it ain't even nothing. I don't know how he does it, but whatever. Probably just that gene that we have in us. Once in motion, stays in motion. Idle hands are the work of the devil. So, well, we're just having conversations about up in the valley, in the shadow, right? Walking in the shadow of the valley of the San Fernando, eating Tommy's chili burgers and going to Ensenada or Tijuana or Mexicali or whatever. It's going all over, never stopping. Surfing, bodyboarding, boogie boarding, riding motorcycles. Oh my gosh, that place is insane. Oh, I'm so glad I got all that out of my system. Holy crap. You can have your cities. I mean, they're fun to visit, but I don't think I'd ever want to raise my kid around. Well, I made it out there, I guess. Well, all my brothers made it out there, but I guess we just stayed super busy too. It's almost like if you're staying in motion, nobody would kill you. You just tell people you stay in the light, they can't kill you. If you get in the dark, go in the dark and you shut yourself off. You got to stay in the dark. Once you open up your mouth, you turn the lamp on, you can't turn it off. Then they'll get you in the dark. Go in the dark, they'll get you in the dark. Go to the dark side of the moon, they'll get you. So, there we go. I've been laughing and blasting for so long that even my mama thinks about why my mind is gone. Oh. Good stuff. I think I slept too much this morning. I think I slept. I woke up for a while and then a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours, and I went back down. I lay down for another 2 hours. I don't normally lay down that long. I only lay down for about an hour. Well, I can't. I got birds out there and stuff, but I actually got them. I got up and let them up. So, and I got up. I'm like, dude, you left the fucking cage open last night. Like, no, you didn't. You got up, you dumbass, and let the birds out. It's like, dude, are you out of your mind? You left your birds open last night. I'm like, no, you didn't. No, but I couldn't figure it out when I was just because I don't know, man. I'll be all right. It ain't nothing but a G-string baby. What are those with those and suck, right? So with kids, man. What a difficult time we're in. But amazing. Oh. Boy, sure was different when you could, at the tone the time will be. They could get your 411. Remember? Oh, never mind. Nobody would know what that is, huh? How about 8675309? Oh, you guys are slow. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, what a day, man. What a long day. No, tomorrow's going to be even longer. It's the Saturn day of the turning. Tomorrow's the it's Taco Saturday tomorrow. I think so, right? All right, Stone exit Southgate. Oh, I remember. If you need a better car, go see Cal. If you need a better car, go see Cal. Save a nickel, save a buck. Buy a car, buy a truck. If you need a better car, go see Cal. This is Cal Worthington, my dog spot. This is a bouncing ball. Oh my God, I'm old. Stop it. Billy, don't you lose mine? Oh, there was Jerry's. Is it Jerry's kids? Oh, Jerry. That slipped. My bad. Oh. JG, oh my goodness. JG, it's my money and I want it now. Oh, crap. Oh, hey, whatever. I've been on all sides of the coast, so. You got a friend in the diamond business. Oh, crap. Shit. That's good stuff, man. How about frickin' Thrifty's ice cream, chocolate malty crunch? You know, I seen an advertisement that Thrifty's is going to put that ice cream back out on the market. Chocolate malted crunch. I was like, no way. Man, I shop at Vaughn. How about be like Alpha Beta and tell a friend? I want you to be like Alpha Beta. Oh, I'm not. I am. I already spent 18 hours in here today. Please, I apologize, Specialist Gaming, man. I just don't have it in me. I had to turn it off today, man. I was trying to get my truck sold today, and I didn't even get it sold. I bet a harder thing I did. I saw the game board in front of my face, man. I did have a digital screen or something. I thought I was back in. I'll get some flashback and stuff, man. Man, I apologize. That sucks. I apologize. I disappoint this ministry sometimes, guys. And that's badass that you guys know that the whiteboard. It's awesome. You guys rock. Yeah, come back for when you can. I'll be back hopefully tomorrow. Tomorrow will probably turn into day for me, but I appreciate it. There's still lots of stuff there's learning, different. Are you ready? What do you did you have something on the whiteboard? I mean, I'll answer something. Maybe answer a question. They're ready for the 923 thing. They're kind of continuing this march towards this World War II equals World War III. I'm going to kind of stay on this Project Blue Book. They're probably going to bring in some fake invasion. It's going to be followed, by the military industrial complex doing their thing and a changing of the reset of the economy. We're not going to stop what they're doing. They're doing it no matter we like it or not. Like Trump bringing in the military. They voted by the Supreme Court. It was illegal. You don't care. He's just continuing the march. So just be smart, be ready, and you can do really well right now. There's opportunity flying abundantly right now. If you get on the right side of history, you'll be all right. Try not to, there is in some time to play some games, man, but don't take too much time. That's what I'm kind of doing right now. Just, kind of gaming here. Just, game theory. Think about old times and going back and forth in here. Just so volleying, old times, reminiscent. So thanks. I appreciate that's very flattering. That anybody even comes in here and looks for that whiteboard. So I better get something going on the whiteboard, do another teaching, get something else there. Man, I wish I had a studio. I had a badass studio. I could produce good content. But Father's will be done. And thy kingdom come. So, flower power. Oh, I just made a flower out of this thing. I don't know what the hell is going on. All right. Thanks for coming in. Anyways, we're just being silly. Talking about the 70s, talking about how time was so different back then, talking about growing up back down in a different area where we grew up around a lot of people and got an amazing lifetime where I probably could have died a lot of time ago. My dad died when he was 37. So some people ask me, like, why are you like the way you are? Well, because I never thought I'd be very old. I didn't think I'd live much longer than my dad. I didn't, where I grew up and being a veteran, joined the veteran at 17, was willing to give my life. I didn't think it would make it into my 50s. I'm a lot older than my dad was, so it's kind of strange, how much time can slip by. And there's people older than me on this rock, and I'm a lot older than I am in this flesh. But this has been an insane amount of change to watch and the witness at the time that I've been here, and especially from growing up in the, in Los Angeles, California, and being able to do, he's trying to tell. I grew up in a place where you can do something different every day and never do the same thing twice. People grow up in a little hick town that I want to live in now. I don't want to be in that area. So it's amazing how our lives, we think it's going to go one way, and Father will just drag us sometimes in a completely different direction. My life's a complete nightmare, but that's proof that Father don't make any plans, because he'll wreck them for you. But that's what life's about. You got to have some twists and turns. It can't just be, I kind of feel bad for people who live just a simple life and don't get to see much. But that's, we all get a different, different strokes for different folks. He pours a different measure out on every one of us. Yeah, I don't do that much gaming. I really don't, and that's what got me in trouble. I think it's what got my son killed. I just couldn't relax and take the time, and so I need to do it. I'm feeling really guilty right now, to be 100% honest with you. So I'm always honest. I ain't gonna have to hide in here, but should have taken the time and went and relaxed and taken the precious metals that I had and went on the road and just in the ministry. So maybe I'll get there. That's what this kind of thing was like. Just relax. I got to come up with $5,000 in 2 days, and I ain't know it ain't gonna happen. I'm like, whatever. Just put it out there. Somebody might see the banner, come in and go, hey, you got land for sale or whatever, or you got a motorcycle, might want to buy something. Just thought I'd come in here and, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, this chest thing's. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, what the hell? Come on, eyeballs. I can't. I got OJA. Hey, that's still working. This right eye is still. All right. Why I can't, my eye isn't working, man. My right eye's just, my bad. Never sold jerky. No, I never sold no jerky. I sold meat for over a decade, did that. So I'll sell you the whole damn cow. I ain't gonna sell you no jerky. I will sell the whole fucking cow, man. I don't waste no time with a couple of slices. I ain't no selling steak sickles like the ice cream, man. I will sell the whole fucking cow. I'll tell you what, I got half the, you want, because all I got, well, I got half a cow, I got the other half in this truck, so I'll tell you what, a half a cow, and give you the whole, you got a fishing point, cast it in, I got fresh seafood too. Well, fresh frozen. So, anyways, oh shit, everything's coming out a little goofy here. I don't know if it's the gummy or what, man. So, I think I'm all right. Gummy normally make you sleepy. What's going on here? Remember, it's happy, hungry, horny, or sleepy. Those are the major side effects. So the only side effects I've ever had from cannabis. So, but, yeah. Raw's good. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, eat it raw. We should be eating every time you cook it. You cook all the. It tastes good, but you cook all the nutrients out of it, all the good stuff. It's not going to be. You're not going to gain nutrients by cooking it. Yeah, that's going to make it better. No, it's not. It's going to make it taste better, but that's a caveman and it's cooking over fire. Eat charcoal tasting. Oh, yeah, carcinogens. Those are. I can't talk about that. You don't get a strike for it. So, can you see her? So, yep. But all right, I'm not on the. I'm not on the. I'm not on the level, and that's okay. I ain't right. I'm left. Remember, I wasn't born on the right coast. I was born on the left coast. War doesn't decide who's right. It decides who's left. So remember that. Stick that one in your notebook. Your little Crown Royal bag of tricks, whatever you got there. little satchel bag. You ever been any hacky sack? You ever play hacky sack? You ever play hacky sack? That was a Southern California thing. We're talking about Southern California in here too. Talking about all the ways. I go on and just crush you with Southern California, but I won't do that. So we're just kind of free speed in here. Hacky bag. All right, hit the satchies, the sack, baby. Heck yeah, that's good stuff, man. You know, getting around with a bunch of buddies and freaking having a circle jerk right now, like smoking a joint. No, but anyways, hitting the sack. You know what I'm saying? And that was fun. My brother was really good at that too. I remember but he was excellent too. He was all of my brothers we were always all-star sports we played and stuff. I just like that. I don't want to say like that, but just had a talent for sports and could do about any sport, water sport, all that. But man, he was good at hacky sack. Man, he was freaking. He had so many different moves and stuff. Did a lot of. Yeah, he just was one of those people. He just came natural, and he's actually the one who got me into doing it. So. Yeah, back when you had to wait all day, like you'd be there in 10 minutes. Like, damn, I've been here for 2 hours, man. Like, well, what else to do, man? Let's get a call, Ghostbusters. It's like, yeah, the old weed man to make you wait all day. Like, shit, man, I'm waiting all day, and then it'd be a bunch of sticks and shivels and brown frown from downtown. Oh my God, remember that? Oh, some Cali brown frown from downtown. Brickweed, man. Oh my God. Oh my, we were talking about old school stuff. My bad. I think I'm going on hour 18 today, guys. So I think I've done 2 jobs and I'm working overtime. I've got an hour on each job overtime. So you'll excuse me. I'm just trying to relax and not work right now. I'm trying to just think about when I was alive, when I was a little younger, I guess. So maybe I should smoke some more pot or something. I took a gummy that knocked me out or something, but my chest just feel a little bit better, but I don't know what the hell happened to me today. So I'm going to take a day off. I've been in here working for the ministry, that. So I need to work at least an 8-hour job for this ministry or whatever, close to or something, whether I'm here on the property or in, a couple hours for, to just take care of the animals. That's the farm duties I have to do, and then I have this stuff to do here. So, man, I got a busy schedule. So today I decided to take off because I was going to have myself another episode out here in the desert. I don't want to have any more episodes. So I need to keep myself alive. So you have to endure to the end. You got to die trying. You can't just lay down like a sheltered place like this. It used to be fight or flight, and now it's be a little bitch and curl up in a ball and shelter in place. So it's just a different time. You have to excuse me. Put in a lot of time today, and I have been stressed out that I just have to spend another $5,000. It's not going to do anything for my son. I'm just beside myself. So since then, I've just been like a little loopy. I'll have to apologize. I just spent 16 months for nothing, and I probably got my son killed over some stupid fucking precious metals. And here I still need to come up with some money, and I don't have it because I already spent all my precious metals on not going to jail. And so it is what it is. But let's just go back to talking about things of the past for now. I apologize. That's just me rambling about that. I did it all day and bitched about it and whined about it. So now I'm actually came in here to still work. I'm supposed to be working when it's supposed to be relaxing. I'm supposed to be selling motorcycles. I'm not supposed to be relaxing here. I'm supposed to be not grifting you. I'm supposed to ask you, do you want to buy a motorcycle? I'll sell you a Honda Valkyrie for $1,500 cash. Somebody send me a CashApp or PayPal. It's yours. Come pick it up. It was on sale. It was online for $4,200. Got windshield, saddlebag, yes, you were talking about that earlier. Motorcycles, but ape hangers, saddlebags, V6. It's faster than any Harley on the road. Got excellent reviews. Look it up. I got land for sale. Anybody want to buy some land? I don't want to grift anybody, so because it says anything for sale. So thought somebody might come in here, and I was going to go try to just relax and study a little bit more, but I thought I'd just come in here and thought if somebody, I don't have no choice, guys. I got to come up with $5,000 in 2 days, and is the only option I have. And if it doesn't happen, I don't care. This is my last step in this case. That puts me in trial, and they're either going to put me in jail, or I'm finally going to get some resolve. So, who knows what they're going to do? But I don't even know. Monday they're going to set a court date, and I have to have the money, like, get them to go to court to do the trial. They're going to start doing the investigation. I mean, I've given him money, so I'm sure he can start. There might get a, but I know last time he said I can't move forward in the case without the money. I mean, I know you're good for it. I know you come through, and I know you're, but. And that's business. It's like I'm blown away that I have to spend another $5,000 here. I just spent tens of thousands of dollars, and it's not going to do anything about Elijah. So that's all it is. And my daughter, I just wasted 16 months of my life, over $100,000, and it's not like I don't have money. It went in that direction. See, so now I'm struggling. It's just Father doing it, because I come in here and ask you. So I'll ask you, and then I'll move on. Anybody want to buy some land? We had an auction in here, but we were going backwards. We auctioned off 99 balloons backwards. I think we went to 95 or 94, but then we stopped. So you're supposed to be gaining when you auction, but we went backwards. So, but how much land? How much do you need? How much are you looking to buy? I don't. Some people measure the wealth in dollars and cents. Some people measure them in ounces and acres, and pounds. So. How much you looking for land? I already don't want to do business. You can't answer a question. I don't want to answer your question. Maybe they don't have land, so I don't fucking deal with people who are idiots, man. I've dealt with people my whole life. I don't get on the be back bus. I know when somebody's serious, they answer my question. So goodbye. So, anyways, don't worry about it. It's all right. I'm not even worried about it. So it's in the description. You should have saw it when he came in. I don't need to tell anybody. Somebody go, hey. No, I'll answer your question if you answer my question. How about that? We'll make it a two-way street. There's a highway. I've got a property on the highway. Got a property down here for sale. 20 acres, 5 acres. I can't split it up, because that's what he's going to ask next. Can I buy an acre of 5? No, it's 5, 20. You want to buy an acre, you got to go in the little town. They sell quarter and all that. They're about 20,000 in town for an acre. I'll tell you what, I'll sell you 5 acres out here for 20. So how about that? Hey, don't worry about it, Brian. It's fine. Totally worry about it, Brian. You don't have to pay me anything in this ministry. It's not money related. It's just Father's. Remember, I have abundance. I have land for sale. See, I have land for sale. So it's not like I have not been short. I just have to get the things I have sold. If it doesn't happen, then I'm already said I'm going to ask for my money back from the attorney. I've got tens of thousands, so I should have a considerable amount of money coming back, and I'll just represent myself in court. If I can't come with the money, it sucks to come this far and get that close and have to represent myself, but they already want me to anyway, so they're just going to give me whatever they're going to give me. But the attorney thinks he can beat it at trial. He just won't even listen. When I went in there, I said, listen, John, my son is dead, and I need you to, that they believe that Josephine County's up, and he just went on, we can beat your case. We can get this beat. So I have to realize he's not my son's attorney that's missing or whatever's happened, and not my daughter's. He's my attorney, and his job is to get me clear from these charges. And so that's why he took my money. I realize it. He took my money because he thinks he can beat the case. Otherwise, and he knows I'm going to trial. That's why I told him today, I'm not, or the other day when I talked to him, I'm like, dude, I'm not taking a deal. I know I have to offer you, but I know. I said, all right, John, thank you. So I just want to make it clear. There's no don't say a deal to me. There's no plea agreement. This is 100%. And I told him, you just watch what the SWAT raid they did. They're going to drop the case. It's all illegal. And he's like, he just won't address Elijah. So you just have to throw another $5,000 at it, and it's done. I already spent $100,000+. So this is the last $5,000 I'm going to have to spend on the case, and it's done. And that's a blessing, because I haven't gone anywhere with the case in 16 months. So, and this is all just to help my son out. So it's not to help me. I wouldn't have any issues. I wouldn't even have to be talking to you about this right now. I was living the American dream, boys. I had all this stuff where I just go spend all that money that I spent, and so I wouldn't even need to ask you. Don't want to grift you, unless, like I said, you have a donation or something. Charity, something you don't ask, people just do. So I always have the pay or the uh, super chat on, but money in my pocket quicker. I can by Monday. It would be through those other payments, but it's not obligated to every part of this ministry, and anybody comes here knows that. Just because I mentioned money, we all need money, but I'm doing for the ministry. I'm retired. I don't have to work. I just work for the ministry. I get sit here and just work. I don't have to do anything. This is all tied up in my son's, you know. And I do have to take care of myself now to keep myself from going to jail. But once this is done, I'm not. Like I said, I didn't care if they put me in jail. It'd be good to go do something, get somewhere after 16 months, and they're not. They violated my rights, and they know that. But they're just being ornery, you know, being ornery like they have been from the beginning. So, um, yep, that's right. That's what it is. They all do it. You got it, Brian. So I paid him to. So I think that's what he's doing. I do, Brian, because he didn't call me. You know, he told me to call the state police and report my son and daughter missing or murdered. And because I'd already called to Josephine County, they wouldn't do it. So I'm following his procedure. He didn't call me back for weeks. I call him back and he doesn't mention it right away. Okay, what happened with calling the state police? So I say to him, John, I think the cops killed my son. And he doesn't say anything to me. And my heart's just melting. I'm like, are you serious, John? I mean, because I told him, John, I don't care what happens to me. You know what I'm saying? I am paying you this money to try to make sure this case, so my son's, he's missing. So whatever happens to me, John. And so he keeps me kind of strung out for almost a month, and then calls me back and says, all right, we're going to trial in 2 days, you know, like, or into court. I'm like, but we're going to beat it. And I'm like, okay, I got you, but what's going, you know, so, you know, but I need the, and so I know when I go to court Monday that they're going to set a court date for trial. Okay, boom, I need that. I haven't done anything. I haven't gotten anything good in this case, but he's going to need the $5,000. So I was like, I worked 16 hours, 18 hours in here today and didn't make any money. Nobody, I think I got one, and that's fine. I don't want to be, I think somebody made me a super chat. I didn't, you know, I didn't try to ask anybody for any, and then I was going to go to bed. I'm like, dude, you need to go in there. It's Friday night, dude. Somebody might be up. Somebody might want to buy a motorcycle. Hey, that's, you know, want a flatbed turbo diesel. That thing was to sell for $8,000, $3,500. I got the motorcycle up for I had 42, $1,500. I mean, I'm dropping, slashing prices. The land that's 39 that was going to buy the property for 39 in Ecuador, 19,000 cash, whatever tonight. Anything. I'm trying to make something happen, so that I don't just, you know. And if it doesn't, it's no big deal. It is what it is. God did this to me. Nobody else did this to me. I did it to myself in a sense by trying to help my son, but that's on me, you know. So I do need to help myself. I have been trying to help my son for 16 months, and now I need to help myself. So I'm not going to ask anybody to give me anything for free. I have things for sale. Ask me, I might have it. You know, like I said, I might have it. You know, everything's for sale except for the ministry. So I have a Ford F2 or F4, F250 four-wheel drive. The inspection cover came off. It caught on the exhaust, caught the whatever the starter wire or whatever on fire. I think it was an air line or something. I replaced that. Now I'm having an issue with I think the whatever that thing up on the firewall. I've had a couple of Fords. So many of these I just need to tighten it up. They're like, you're getting power to everything but the starter. You need to tighten that damn thing up because it's on the somebody put a button on it or whatever, but it's got $1,000 worth of tires on it that somebody just put on it. And the old man, it's like a sick 200 truck, but $1,500 on that. You probably drive it out here. It drove where it stopped. I just stopped it, you know, and looked back and said, what the hell is that? And I saw a little something coming out of the, like a puff of smoke. I opened it up, and I didn't know what it was. Somebody told me is that inspection cover came off. They're gonna help me look, like it's missing inspection cover. You know, like what? Like, oh, it came out, that got on the exhaust, and that when you open up the firewall, it caught the, you know, the just on the firewall. I had to went in and grab the extinguisher and put it out. But actually too. I was worried. I was like, oh, there's a whole bunch of wires melted on that backside. He's like, that's all air. Take all that off there anyways. That thing's an old man truck that's got all that factory shit. I got the same truck. Take all that off of there. I'm like, no, it's all stock. He's like, dude, that's not going to make a difference. You're tripping out. You didn't hurt anything. I'm like, well, I thought I'd melted, like wire. He's like, that's the starter wire that's the air thing. You can buy that on one thing. It's $20 or something. It's fine. Just I had somebody come out here, and then I hired a guy to come out and fix it for me because I don't know Forge. And he just first day, he didn't show up. Second day, oh, I'm sorry I didn't show up, and then I'll be there tomorrow, and then never hear from him again. And then online, he's fixing everybody else's truck in town, and it's something anybody knows for. They're going to be able to drive it away. So I always think I haven't put that online. I'll stop that. Put that online. So I'm sure that somebody would buy it, although I trade it for firewood, somebody probably, because I need firewood either way. After I get this $5,000, I still need firewood and tires on it, but I still got to get myself to Monday. So it doesn't look like I'm getting a bunch of people in there. That's fine. Either way, I can just go back to talking about here for a little bit and I'll get out of here. I don't want to be in here all night. I've been here 18 hours. I don't think you need to put in a 20-hour day today. I'm already running a little bit ragged. So. But I thought it only takes one. I know in sales sometimes, it only takes one. It's a 93. The flatbed's a 89 turbo diesel. I mean, that just a motor alone in the transmission, what they did to that turbo diesel, I'll never be able to get them though. It's an 89. It's that primo year tilt bed. Somebody at one time was going to come and give me $89 or $100 cash. That guy that was trying to buy it, he bought another one, and it wasn't for sale. It's the ministries, but I got, I figured the motorcycle $1,500, the flatbed for $35. There's the $5,000 I need. So I need to stop being picky, and somebody will buy something, or they won't. I'll worry about it. I don't even care. Like I said, it ain't up to me. It's up to God. God could have already sold all those things. I should have taken that guy off for me to test the wall, $500 on contract for 5 years. He said he'd do it. And he wanted it because he wants that property, but he bought that other property, and it's what it is. So that would have been a good deal. I could have socked away probably $3,000 or $4,000 already by now from when because that was quite a while ago when I first put it up for sale. Because like I said, that property's up for $39. So $19,000 tonight. Anyone? 5 acres, probably the most primo property in the Valley's bars. The closest property to the whole school. People go 50 miles, live out by the sinks or out by, what was that? What's that rated out there? Buffalo Wells, I think it's called. Out walking Wagon Tower, closer towards Wagon Tower. Got 50, 60 miles to get their kids to school. One way and back 100 miles. This thing's like 2 miles from the school. You could see the school from it, Primo property, power on the property. Got a 20-acre parcel. Walk into for probably $5,000. See, $5,000. I got $12,000 in that one. So anybody needs something? If not, don't worry about it. I'm over it. It's not going to happen. Life ain't Burger King, like I said. This whole case has been just nothing but a costly mistake. $100,000+ it's all gone, but it's okay. Cool, no worries. I ain't tripping. Just takes one. I've been in sales before. I know, done enough sales that even at that, like I said, low price, high price, do whatever people buy for whatever. I do have market value. I know anything I'm gonna sell you right now that under market value because things are a little bit more tough right now. So I don't try to get top value or anything. That's what my son used to tell me. You mark stuff way too low, Dad. People think stuff's wrong because your prices are too low. Look, man, people got to come out here in the middle of the country. I don't want to argue with people. The price is good. They like it. They come out here. They won't even argue. They'll shake my hand. They'll drive it, whatever, and they'll leave a happy man. That's a good deal. Well, yeah, but now they think something's wrong with it. So I get his thing. He's smart. He's I've done it before. He told me one time on a trailer, 3 weeks or something, 4 weeks. I thought for sure I put a lot of money in that trailer. It was a DOT trailer, and something I thought I could spin and make a good profit off of. Wasn't moving, wasn't doing anything. Really unique trailer. He's like, Dad, that trailer, you measure it, you can fit that as a quad trailer. The thing can fit 2 quads, 2 wide, and then 2 deep, and then still a He's like, I said, yeah, it's a DOT trailer, bought it from DOT. It's kind of a specialty trailer. And he's like, we'll just put it up as a quad trailer. but you need to at least triple your price. I'm like, there ain't no way nobody will pay me no triple the price. I said, and he said, but put it up right now. And it was like 11:30 at night, you know. I said, hey, you listening right now? I said, just put it up and see if anybody hits you on what, you know. I think it up for like $1,100, and I put it for like $3,600. Somebody's there at 2 o'clock in the morning, came pick that thing up, dude. So he's smart, you know. But I don't like to ruin market value. I stay right at market value. I will refuse some things, and I sit on so many things too. I've had so many people offer me things under market value, and I won't sell them because I don't have to. I have a bank. Normally, I don't have to worry about that. So I sell things at market value, though. I don't like to kill market value, I think, because it ruins everything in algorithm, and you know. So, but when I have to, you know, sometimes I'll slut something off, is what I call it. You know, I don't need to say it that way, but you know, it happens every once in a while. But I don't normally do that on an internet deal. You know what I'm saying? I won't put anything up on an internet deal. So that's why I'm in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hurting the market value in here, if that makes sense. So I know what market value is on anything. You give me almost any item, I can give you close to what market value. And see, there's different price between what you pay for something I can sell it to for you right now. Right now, 3 days from me, a week from now, or a month from now. You know, some people believe there's an ask for every seat, and they'll sit and they'll get their price. So I've been in sales. That's what I'm saying. I know my market value. So I think that I'm sure of it. If I would have pulled that flatbed turbo diesel, the flatbed, you know, drove it up to the end of the highway, because it would have been gone today at $3,500. So my heart, like I said, I think I almost had a heart attack, man, just bending over, too much stress from what's going on. And so I'm okay. I'm hoping I didn't. I'm still having a lot of pain in my chest. So you're so handsome, guy. So I'm having a hard time laying down. I tried laying down a little bit on this. I don't normally lay down on the couch. It's putting pressure on my chest laying that way, and I can't lay on my stomach too. So I might just have to stay up for a while longer. I thought, oh, let's go up and maybe it's Friday night, so somebody might be online. So, all right, leave that alone. Nobody's got anybody. Nobody needs anything. That's fine. No worries. From the internet racket, yeah, the old padded walls inside my head. Let me out of here. Rock you like a hurricane. Right? Some scorpions, huh? So, I'm not sorry I took the money. It's the Cheech and Chong, man. Was that Nice Dreams? That was Pee Wee Herman. Oh, he goes in there. He's locked in the bed. He's locked into the room. Was it Cheech? Pee Wee Herman comes in there. I'm sorry I took the money. I'm sorry I took the money. I'm not sorry I took the money. Oh. Hurricane's overrated. Oh, yeah, overrated. It said F what? 9? I didn't have no F9er. All right. That's a good copy. I'll copy. Hold on. Let me pop on some flowers. What time is it here? Was it? All right. I think I can go to probably 1, and I better lay down after that. Even though it's going to freaking... Man, I want it to be like I keep thinking I want it to be like a pulled muscle or something, you know, but I don't think it is. I think a pulled my time so I didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. You know, we went and got water and did, you know, and didn't do anything. We'd sit around, went and got water, loaded water, but didn't do anything. So I'm hoping it was a pulled muscle, but I think that's not what it's going on here. So taking it easy today, not going, just working at the ministry. Oh, the livestock mill got fed out here. It's a farm. You can't just sit on your ass. They don't have that life. I'm not into that, Seth. I don't do none of that shit, too. I did all that when I was young. I know people microdose. People use it for meds. They bring people out of depression. So, no, I only use cannabis. That's it. They try to give me everything under the sun, but no thanks. I'm not into none of that. And so I know some things work better for others, not for me. Too many side effects. I just said that some people microdose. So I don't care what people do, Seth. I don't care about drugs. Fuck drugs. No. People can do whatever they want. So they work. I know people who do really well, have very, very, very clear clairvoyance and feel good, and it doesn't get them high. It doesn't have anything. It's. See, I don't want to get the strike. It's medicinal. So use it properly, and there's nothing wrong with it. So, but most people wreck what's good. We turn something good and turn it into something bad. You know what I'm saying? Sucks. That's how we are. Human nature to destroy the mind and alter the body, or alter the mind and destroy the body. Either way, that's us, our tribalism. So. I got a lot of nerve issues, so I just need the nerves to stop telling my body I'm gonna die and I need to go have surgery. Tell my body, slow down, it's okay. Come on, it's been 20 years and he still ain't had surgery yet. Calm down. So when the neurons fire like that, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah, it's just the way it is. We've been doing that. As I said, it's human nature to alter the mind and destroy the body. That comes from a very wise man. And he didn't take more than one bong hit or two bong hits ever. Never, 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 never would I ever see him take more than one or two. Two, it was like a very rare. I knew him for years. He'd just take one and he'd be blasted. His eyes turned like a damn marble box red. But he'd say no a lot of the times. So moderation. So shit will mess you up, man. I got some shit that put a hump on a camel's back. Right? Those aren't for real diamonds, man. We're doing Cheech and Chong again. So, anyways, that's why the government likes to push drugs on you. Everybody's drugged out in America on their methadone cabinets. Yep, on the Adderall's terrible sick. No, it's because of diet. People eat poison, and their thyroid is all fucked up in a lot of people. It's normally the first sign of, struggling thyroid is weight gain, especially around the midsection. So I better not talk about drugs or medical. I can't talk about drugs or I get strikes for it. So drinking a soda. Oh God. I don't talk to people who drink soda. Goodbye. It's fucking just poison your body with carbonic acid. Huh? No, if you drink soda, don't say anything in here. I'll silence you. He's like, damn. Whatever, man. It's fucking serious. You're gonna sit with that poison. I did, but he's too many questions. So. How bad you are? Yeah, some of us are the outcast, huh? We're the black sheep of the family, huh? That's okay. We're supposed to be set apart, in prison, enslaved. They don't love us, and that's right. They're supposed to. I hope this world hates you. I hope this world hates you. So we were having some 70s talk. We're going to talk about the 70s and preparedness. How prepared we are, right? We're ill prepared. They were pretty prepared in the 70s. But kind of lost our... We're not doing any stupid fucking palm reading. Take your stupid hippie bullshit away from me. Go fuck yourself with your stupid palm reading. There's no such thing as free will. No such thing as luck. No such thing as hokey pokey. Turn yourself around, Humpty Dumpty. Fell off the wall. Stop it. I know I went to the doctor the other day. I said, Doc, I got a problem making friends, you fucking cocksucker. I said, Doc, I got a problem. I got a crack in my butt. Oh, fuck, man. Did you read that one? Oh, good stuff. Oh, hippie here, just smoking too much weed. Okay, all right. Me too. Maybe I'm a high tech redneck. So uh, you're tripping off of what are you smoking, dude? See, you smoke weed. You smoke those space rocks. I don't smoke none of that stuff. You guys smoke fucking meth. Is what you smoke. Seriously, all that shit that's modified. I'm a medicinal cannabis grower, man. Calling it weed. Enjoy your space rocks. It's your little dragon electric dick. You know, little yeah. Your vape pens, all that shit. That's all got the dragon and that stuff. Put all that shit to mark you. And oh yeah, here hit that pen once and you're fucked. But anyways, never mind. Just the embalming fluid number. People ask me, "You're a medicinal grower. You know a lot about." And why are these people? I said, dude, they modified all the shit. Nobody listened to me. I tried to tell them make it not legal. It go in the government, they fuck it all up like they do everything, and they lost all these strains, and they don't even have any. I showed some seeds in there earlier. You don't smoke weed. You smoke fucking crack. You smoke fucking meth. That shit's turned it. As he said, why do they act like they're? Yeah, they act like they're on meth, huh? That's what they've turned it into. That shit's way too strong. Way too strong. That's not even anymore. It's all genetically modified pot. Ooh, auto flower and fucking space rocks. You guys know what the fuck you're smoking at all. Go back to smoking weed, man. People lost. I'm serious. They get a frontal lobotomy. They don't even. People don't realize. I tried to tell people what's going to happen in the industry, but people don't listen to me. You know, but I've had people come to me like, "What's wrong with people, man?" You know, I said they're acting like they're smoking crack or meth. I'm like, yeah, that's what it is. They turned this freaking plant and ruined it into an absolute fucking drug, man. Pisses a medicinal grower like me off that, something that never hurt anybody. Never, like I said, the 4 side effects were happy, hungry, horny, or sleepy. Now they've turned it into people, we're smoking weed. They're just idiots. They take something good and turn it into something bad. I'm always going to defend something that's never killed anybody. The oldest person they found frozen in the, you know, in the ice has a satchel of feminine cannabis in his pocket. It's a satchel. So, but that's not what these people are smoking today. They think they're smoking weed, but they're smoking. I'm serious. Like there was a recently too. Dude, why are they people act like they're smoking meth? I know they're not going. They're not. Tracy, they're not smoking meth. They're just smoking weed, man. That's all there's. I said, I know it's what they did to it, dude. They're fucked up, aren't they? Like they're crew. I said, I've been trying to people to stay away from these fucking dispensaries. They wouldn't listen to me. So too much smoking the dragon dick, sick of that Vicodin or whatever, the glycol. Yeah. These people are toast. Frontal lobotomized from a plant that never hurt anybody. And they think remember in the day, we didn't have those little fancy numbers and all that. If this cannabis industry was anything, it would all be grown with hemp. All those containers. I said, fuck that, all that plastic oil bullshit. Everything is like the damn goddamn toys. You get into a toy, you got to get a goddamn jackhammer to get out of a fucking toy out of a box now. I mean, I'm serious. It's screwed down, that shit tight, strapped. That's the way they've got this shit. You walk out there with 5 pounds of fucking oil bags that could have been hemp. So fuck that industry. And everybody smokes that shit. You're an idiot. I'm not saying you can't get something from those dispensaries, but this old school, you got to remember, we used to look at it. They weren't going to let you smoke any of it, and we didn't care about the numbers. See, I've even done that before with people going to dispensary on dispensaries. I know I have some right now that I got from dispensary, but it's only 2 dispensaries. I pass hundreds of them to know for the 2 that I know, because I know the growers that grow in those dispensaries. They grow in those areas. So I'm not going to buy something that I don't know. Like I said, it just takes one time. You hit that pen, and one time you've already been marked. I don't care. You don't know what they just put in you, and people don't even. I try to tell people about what they're going to change about the industry, and now they've actually changed this whole, like I said, because China, the dragon, is already taking this over, and they know they're going to put that one thing in that pen. You hit it one time, and you're marked. You already hit it. Your friend comes and says, "Hey, you want to pop off this dab pen?" Uh huh. If it had any that little juice in there, you're fucked. You're already marked. What are you talking about? See, I get way ahead of time. People don't want to fucking listen to me. But anyways, there's embalming fluid in that. Anyways, that gives them. That's not good to just. I mean, that's in other things, Budweiser and a lot of other things. But You wonder why they act the way they do, man. These people are just gone. Just gone. Like I said, this person is serious. Like, dude, come on, Tracy. I know you're a grower. You did this medicinally. Why are they doing that? I know this person. This is person after person. They keep going off this deep end, and they're not smoking anything else because I know they don't like it, but they act just like they are. I said, it's because they genetically modify this with chemicals, man. Chemicals, chemicals, man. Just a little chemical, kind of like what Wise saying, and they got this super, just takes a tiny bit, man, and bam, just blows you out of the water. I don't know if that's in. I'm not going to say that in here, and I have, but I won't say that because I don't think that's what they're putting in there. And they could very well. I mean, that's obviously a pretty good. I never actually thought about that because I think they're putting something else in there, and I don't want to say it because it is what it is. But people just lose their minds, and they don't act like people who would normally. And like I said, I'm not saying people got to realize that cannabis isn't for everybody. And let's just all theory, so we'll get no medical strike. It doesn't work for everybody. It's way too strong now, anyways. We spoke like homegrown and all that stuff, and even we had better, but it ain't this. I mean, people made hashish, people made concentrates, but dude, this stuff is out of control, and it's not that. It's the modifying, like auto flower. I would never smoke, grow, touch that. I don't want that in my body. That is modified. So that's one way already, because they've changed the whole genetic structure on the flower process, and it does its thing no matter what in a certain amount of time. And you don't rush that plant like that. You don't do it. It's anyways. So, and they've literally almost turned it into it. We grow tenths of this stuff, tenths, and every plant is getting water at the same time. That's not how it's grown. Every plant is a female, and every female I've ever met are completely different. No two are alike. They all got two tits a hole in a heartbeat, but they're not, unless they're dead. They're still all, none of them two are alike. And I ain't trying to be going there, but you ever met two females alike? They might look alike, but they don't act alike. Yeah, two tits and a hole in a heartbeat, but none of two are the same. Most of their tits aren't the same either, but see, you treat them the same. You know what I'm saying? And that's turning it into a drug. When you grow tents of stuff that water it, I can tell when my ladies need more water out there, they tell me. Like there's been a couple the times that one lady, she just don't matter what. She got one of the biggest spots, and that's her thing. That's that one that center busted out, and that's her structure. She's the same one as her other one to cross the same cobra strain, but not, so. But that's how people grow it. They grow it in tents and turn it into a damn drug, and lost the whole idea of how to reseed this plant after every 3 years to keep the genetic strain. You kick shit strains into the dirt. I'm an old hippie grower. So anyways, enough about this. Let's stop talking about drugs and alcohol. Cannabis is not a drug. Cannabis never killed anybody. Never did. So it's okay. Just like, guns don't kill people. People kill people, right? The gun's not killing. It's the person that's shooting them. People believe in gun control. So I didn't believe in any, bringing this in because I knew what it would do. So it's a shame we've gone from, hey, I can look at this to we can't even tell nothing and we don't know what the hell. And now it's just like nobody even cares. They just go, it's designer pot. Whoever thought. Whoa. So, all right, enough of that. This is crazy. The whole world is nuts, man. Let's go back to the 70s, man. We're smoking some homegrown, man. I wish I was in Tijuana smoking some homegrown marijuana, so a derogatory term. But you look in the history of that, that's just disgusting too. So it's mostly Maui Wowie, but it's got some Labrador in it, man. Oh, man, we haven't had a Mesh Health for review in a long damn time. What the hell? That's disgusting. YouTube. So, anyways, like I said, I try to limit the drugs that I put in my body, like corn syrup and sugar and caffeine and nicotine. Okay, so minimize and you'll be all right. Okay. Somebody think came up. Micro is better than macro in most cases. You want to grow up a tolerance to something, go big, and you're going to go home. You're You're probably going to end up going in cuffs. Anyways, but what do you always do is Paul, so tip my pants. Paul, tip my pen. Your eyes only. You do not understand, do you? Get in my car. Let me take you to the county jail. So careful. Do things at moderation. All things in moderation. Please. Thank you. And my next act will be the four corners of the round table. Get with the news, north, east, west, and south. Broadcasts, that means to sow seeds, right? The enemy came and sowed seeds while you were sleeping. Don't go to sleep. You snoring? I snore when I'm sitting up for about a minute, and then no. I used to could. Do you snore? Who snores? Are you snore? Get some snore no more. What did I put you on the CPAP? And the CPAPs? Oh, Nick's in here. He just barely nicked that buck. What's going on? You know what's the difference between beer nuts and deer nuts? Beer nuts come in a bag, deer nuts come under a buck. Thanks for coming in, Buck. We'll see if he's a hit or not. Think it's a pretty big mule dealer out here. I tell you, out here in the desert, we get some muleys, them crossbreeds. So, how about what's the difference between beer nuts and deer nuts? Beer nuts come in a bag, deer nuts come in a sack. Now put my groceries in the damn bag. I'm ready to go. Oh, never mind. Just kidding. I'm a little loopy tonight. I'm loopy tonight. I already worked 18 hours in here today. Sister, come on now. I'm trying to be relaxed in here. You know me. This is like when we're having a music thing. Since we can't have no music, I got the music in my head. Like, don't rock the jukebox. We'll just keep skipping. Like, what's wrong with this guy? Is he stuck on dumb? No, shut up, Skip. So, yeah, I'm a little bit wore out. I'm just disappointed. I just spent 16 months for nothing. I got to come with another $5,000 for nothing. For nothing. It ain't going to do nothing. So, I think I've lost my mind. I finally lost my mind. I'm out of my mind. So, when you click real fast, clickety click, 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 click naked shit, click, click shit on the internet shit, click, click, click. It's real easy to do, man. That's my boomhauer. Clickety click. Speaking of stuck on dumb, stuck on you. I got this feeling down deep in my soul that I just can't lose as I'm on my way. Yeah, my puppies want to go outside. These guys are going outside. Huh? It's cold out there, huh? In fact, it's cold as hell. The city's looking like a ghost town on a moonlit summer night. Come on out there. Raindrops on the windshield. There's a storm moving in. Oh my gosh, my lungs. Oh my. Oh man. Oh man, oh, it's not feeling good today. Oh man. Holy crap. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. So, oh yeah, there we go. Brooks and Dunn. I like me some Brooks and Dunn. Yeah, I like that older. Everything now sounds the same. I was talking with Kevin. We're driving that road. Like, why do all these country songs sound the same, dude? Everyone sounds the same. Every freaking one of these new country artists sound the same, man. Don't rock. I want to hear some Jones. Some George Jones. No, I don't have any cattle. I've taken it here on the property. I don't have any neighbors, but I've done hogs and sheep and goats and rabbits and chickens, but we don't have any. Just not enough people. There's just me. So I don't have where am I put all that meat? You know, I could nick down a sheep and eat all that with my other animals and stuff, but I can't. I farm, but I don't. I buy my red meat. I have a really good source on red meat too. So, in the valley where I'm at. So, yeah, we eat a lot of red meat. I was eating some tacos earlier from single cow tacos, not some 1,000 cow mink slime. That's not meat, man. What the hell is that? That's some yeah, bleacher kids. Have some nuggets. Uh, uh, no, they're not going to be found. No, I don't know why you guys come in and say that. So, do you have any information? I've had a big problem with coyotes. Don't ever really have the money for a donkey. Yeah, we got coyotes out here, George, like crazy. I probably have 200 from Table Rock here. Probably about a 6-8 mile spread, but probably about 200 that den out in this area, and then we have some here behind us, and they are. You can hear them out here. So, normally you can hide people to hunt those for you if you find, if you can trust them on your land to come out, and they won't mind spending 22 or like what's that, the one, oh boy, I didn't take them out with those they do out here they do a lot of rat shoot, but they don't hunt coyotes out here. So we get a pretty big coyote problem. Yeah, I think they're dead, Hollywood. I really do. I think they're past, and I really want to keep my father's will be done, so I can't change anything, but I think that I just don't have any good information to support that they're alive, you know. And I wish that I know where they're at, and I just can't go look for them now. If I get impatient and don't let Father's will be done, then I'm going to get myself killed. So they're where He wants them to be, no matter where I want or what I want. It's like this whole case has spent 16 months and over $100,000. Now I've got to pay another $5,000 by Monday, and I'm out of luck. There's no such thing as luck, so I have to do what I got to do. So. If they're alive, they both don't want to ever talk to me again, and they were supposed to be moving on the 20-acre parcel, so I don't find that very plausible that they would just turn their backs, both of them, and not ever contact me. I've had people today, again, Sister Nicole came in to know my son for many years, doesn't think that he wouldn't have some kind of contact with me or somebody. But it's just so weird that all of our lives are so small, so tiny, that we don't really have enough circle for people to be looking for us, which is kind of strange. Or not my, not me. That's why if I disappeared, I don't think you guys this lady in red might check a couple times, but I just disappear in the woodworks. I'm not making that big of an impact. I know I think I do in many ways in that, but it's a bigger impact with this principalities, powers, the spiritual wickedness. It's those higher realms that I tend to tap in this lifetime because I'm eternal, and so I just have to hope my son's name is Elijah, and he already left in a flaming chariot and escaped death somehow, but I don't think so. And then my poor daughter's just been caught in all of this, so I know she has a lawsuit. She was released in September. It's been 1 whole year. They should both be living completely comfortable and have their lives for what has been stripped out. She worked with him. She worked 5 days a week and then worked with him 2 days to make sure he was getting this done, and they still threw her in jail. So I'm not very happy about the whole situation, but there's nothing I can do. God's will be done. I know where they're at. That's the hardest part, and I call the police and they won't go look for them. So their bodies just have to lay there. They have to suffer until Father wants something to change. I've done every single thing I can possibly do. There's nothing I can do to keep my promise that I'll just keep doing this, and it is what it is. So God beats the people He loves. Remember, He must love us a lot, because I know my son made a mistake, but he paid for his mistake more than everybody. And there was 5 guys. I know his times add up more than all of them, and he's still paying right now, because if he's not with this suffering and looking over his shoulder, he can't be living the American dream. That's why I just did all of this, so he wouldn't be looking over his shoulder. So I'm feeling like a horrible dad that killed my own son by me not taking the gold and silver and going and leaving with it like he said to do. So I feel responsible for his death and my daughter's death, but I just going to have to deal with it.
I'm not gonna. I think that's what's. I think I had a heart attack today, and I'm just fooling myself. And I'm not gonna go to the doctor. If it was maybe it was a mild. I know I've already had a stroke, but I think it's the stress. I can't get over the fact that you know I should have just listened to my son, and I should have just. Maybe they'd be alive even if he was in prison. I could go visit him. If he didn't want to be, at least he'd be alive. So Dad had to step in, and it is what it is. So Life ain't Burger King, I've already contacted for 5 years. Every office has been contacted, and lady in witness was. I had a incident out here today. That's why I'm not working. I was supposed to be dragging, not dragging. I don't know. I keep saying that because I'm dragging my damn body. Couldn't even get the jack, and whatever. The heart is still on whatever it's doing, whatever I couldn't. You've seen me the last couple of days. I've been struggling to even get this breath out sometimes. So I think maybe it's overworked myself. And when I figured out that I just and truly wasted, everything I just did was in vain. I'm just the stress level is not. I didn't ever. I never thought my wildest dreams this would have been worth nothing. 100+ thousand dollars, and I'm struggling now just to come up with this last five to keep myself from going to jail. And that's not that five I need for firewood to fix my Jeep. I almost killed Kevin. It's all God. So I'm not, like I said, I'm about ready to pack up. I think he'll push me so hard that I'm gonna. Well, we'll see. We'll see how long this court date is. So I have till Monday. I just know John's gonna tell me that I need the money, and I'm probably gonna tell John. I kind of already see the way this is gonna go. I'm gonna tell him, well, then John, just give me the money back and I'll represent myself in trial. So if they want to set a trial date, I'll just tell him he can drop off as my attorney and I'll represent myself. I don't have the money. I don't have it. The land should have already been sold. Lady in Red has put up that thing marketplace over and over and over and over, and I can't even get my marketplace postings to stay up for any more than 3 hours. So I was actually going to go try to lay down, but my chest was hurting from laying down. I came in here and I said, shit, it's Friday night. Maybe somebody come in here and want to buy something. I don't want to grift anybody, so I threw it out there. Um, so I don't know what it was. I've never had a heart attack. I've never had a stroke, but I know I had the stroke out here. You could see my whole side of my, face was for months and months and months. It was really bad. And that was from hemorrhaging in my head for 6 months without telling anybody until Lady in Red's see me leaking on, this is stuff I was trying to keep from. There's, like I said, I got other issues going on right now too. I don't want to talk about with my body. I'm telling you the ones that are blatantly obvious. So, my, my major problem is I'm staying in this cabin, and it keeps leaching. It keeps leaching out. It keeps leaching out the tear gas. It keeps coming out of the walls. I need to completely disassemble this cabin. I need to get out of this cabin. But remember, I can't push those 150-pound boards up on the lid. So, and the other day, I started doing some work when I was not feeling good. And I explained this to Kevin, and he agreed and I wasn't doing good work. I looked at the work that I was doing, and it was garbage. I wasn't doing the work that I always do because I was forcing myself to do work when I shouldn't be doing the work. And I had to actually go back in and take it back out, which cost me more time. And some of the pieces that I had, I don't care about the material, but, because I just was pushing myself a little too hard, and I know when I can work and I know when I can't. So today I said, I'm not working today or I'm going to end up on the ground busting my head. And my dogs are in the house and Kevin's over there. I'm going to lay here until I need to stay awake. These dogs, you know what I'm saying? Uh, Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a long, it's gonna be a long winter for me, and that's okay. Or otherwise, I'll be sitting in a jail cell, guys. So something's gonna happen. Do you guys have any estimate on when you think the court date will be? I think the court date will be because I already asked John. Well, I don't know. Like I said, either way, I'm gonna have to. I'm just gonna let him set the trial date. John's gonna set the trial date. They're gonna set the trial date. Money in the side. It's not gonna like they're not gonna set the trial date. If I don't have the money by Monday, they're still gonna set a trial date. But John's office is gonna call me Monday and say, Tracy, in order for us to proceed to trial, we do have the money, but we need this is we need. I signed a thing that says I would do this, so I'm really screwed. He might not even give me my money back. I might be more screwed with that. Not have any money, just have to represent myself. But the whole idea is if I couldn't come with it on Monday and he said I need it by Monday, I'll say, well, then just I'll go ahead, John, and represent myself because he didn't even look for my son. And I do know the evidence in the case. They don't have the evidence. I've already known all that. I only gave John all this money to find my son. That's what it was. I said that was very clear to him. John, I'm giving you this money. I don't care what happens to me. I know you're a good attorney, but I need to find my son. Nobody's looking for him, John. And then then weeks ago, after contacting him, he tells me, you need to contact the state police to get somebody to start, so the state can start looking for your son. If they won't take that report in Josephine County, irregardless, that's a civil lawsuit. You need to contact the state. Now, remember, I'm already hesitant because every time I contact the police and try to report my son, I go to jail or I get threatened. Or so I call them and they say they have no jurisdiction to take a report for either my son or daughter's missing body. And that has put me at a stress level that I cannot handle anymore. I never thought that would fucking happen in my wildest dreams, but that's what Father has chosen for me now. So then John never called me back. He didn't up until 2 days. I'm stressing the whole time. You guys know it here. And I'm trying to keep my shit together. And he calls me and I talk to him. And then I say to him, because he doesn't immediately say, hey, Tracy, was the results of calling the state police? Because I already called back and let them know, hey, they wouldn't take so and then I just kind of interrupted him. I didn't mean to interrupt in the middle of a sentence. I said, John, I believe, I have evidence this police killed my son. He's dead, John. And he's like, Tracy, we have the evidence to beat this case, you know. And he ignored me. And I'm like, dude, fucking, are you? And I didn't say that because he's my attorney. I'm like, but I realized he's not my son's attorney. He's not my daughter's attorney. He's my attorney. His job is to get me off of this case. I didn't pay him to get Elijah off the case. I really didn't pay him to do anything for Elijah. So he's not doing anything wrong. I'm just fucked. This is the way Father wants it, man. I can't change this. You see how much I've tried. It's not working. I'm just making it worse. So I need to come up with a 5, squash it, and it is what it is. And if not, I'm going to ask him for the money back, and I'm just going to represent myself. And I go to jail. The only thing I'm not worried about Elijah anymore. I can't do anything about it until I can get these charges dropped. And then I'm going to have to sit there in jail, however long I be, if it is. But I know that's the other thing. I got to get hold of John and make sure that SWAT raid video is part of my evidence. That has to be part of my evidence. If it's not, I want my fucking money back. If he's not going to make that, and I'm pretty sure he will, and he already thinks he can beat it on all his. See, I already think somebody's contacted John. I think that's why John didn't contact me back for so long. I think John has met kind of like, that coffee talk with some of these people and said, this guy is not going to stand the fuck down. Run him to the last fucking moment and then we'll drop this case, is what I think they're going to do. But that's still John's going to want that money come Monday. And I'll probably get it back later if I can make that happen by Monday, and I'll get it back, and then I'll probably get my bail money back too. I'm not going to get Elijah's money. Remember, his bail was $130,000. Like I said, if you count this whole thing from this case in 5 years, I've got hundreds of thousands of dollars in Elijah for a young man who should have already had his life back. And so I have no evidence to support that he's alive. All the evidence I have to support that he has been murdered, and so is my daughter, and that nobody's looking for him is just tearing me apart. So I think I just overdid it today, these last couple of days, because I got water, I worked, but I didn't lift anything, and I've been over today, and I saw like a graph. I don't even know what it kind of reminds me. It's like I said earlier, when I see now as a veteran or whatever, when you get kind of I don't know, like a computer screen, like I told you, I was speaking earlier, when I'm cop talking to the cop, and I want to punk his ass and to make him try to pull that gun on me and beat him with his gun. That's my brain thinking it. I can see that in my brain. I don't know how your brain works, but then I get another screen. It says de-escalate and a warning, no, and push that screen to the side. It's just I don't know. It, I talk to a veteran. I don't know what this. Only thing I can explain is whatever happened to me today. When I bent over, I felt like I had knives in my chest, and when I leaned down, I just saw I looked up at the sky and I just saw this like a lace. I don't know. I just called it earlier, and I was like, dude, I better stop. I'm gonna go down on the ground, and I'm not gonna get back up. And Kevin, don't come over here for days. Don't call me for days. So I could lay over here for days, and dogs are inside, because I'd walked outside and wanted to leave in there for a little bit. There was cooler in here, and I was going to go out and work for a little bit and try to get the tires pumped up on it. The tires would go down. It's been sitting out there for a little bit, and so um, I couldn't even get the damn jack. I go and reach down, and so apologize. That's what's going on with me. So I came in here, thought maybe somebody wanted to buy some land. You know, I'm gonna slash it for half price, 39, 20,000 off, 19,000. The bike I had it up for 42. I said I'd take $1,500 tonight, 35 for my flatbed. I didn't totally want to sell that, but there's $5,000 right there. A motorcycle for $1,500 and the flatbed. So there's pictures of it on the little screen. I could send somebody or something, but I'll leave it alone. That's what's going on with me. I don't want to talk about it anymore tonight. What time? It's probably time I get out of here. Yep, a couple more minutes. So appreciate you guys. Just let me rattle. It was just kind of just get it off my chest kind of before I got here. And life is timing. So I don't think anything's going to happen. I think I'm going to end up having to represent myself in this case. And I'm okay with that because not that John didn't do anything, but we'll see. If I don't come up with the money, he's not going to be able to represent me. I signed paperwork that said I would have it, and I don't. So if Father wanted me to have already sold something, I've busted my ass trying to sell over and 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 over. I can't. Like I said, I have 40 something things online for sale right now. So it's not lack of. I don't think it's lack of effort. It's just God restraining me, and it's just the way He wants me to do this, and it's not going to be easy, and I'm okay with that. So it's not whatever. I've been in sales and long enough, and sold stuff to know that sometimes it just takes one person, somebody come in there and say, I don't care about selling. I just want to donate to you. So, okay, didn't happen. That's okay. I thought about it, I said, well, I don't want anybody to donate, but that could happen too. So I put or donate. So I didn't want to grift anybody, but I better get out of here. And let you guys get back to whatever it is that you're doing. I'm just kind of rattling on here. I put about 18 or 19 hours in today. So that's a good day for the ministry. And I feel accomplished. I don't feel like I let the day go by and didn't do something and sat around and didn't do anything. So if you're watching the restream and if you can make it 2.5 hours and to watch the restream, some people watch the live stream. We do get a lot of hits. I can't believe how many people actually go in and watch the videos after the live stream. If you'll share the content, maybe somebody else will hear it. Maybe somebody else will be interested and they'll buy something from me. What's today's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So maybe a couple next days, something will happen. God's timing's perfect. And if He doesn't make it happen, then I'm willing to represent myself in this case. I know it opens up a lot of risk for me getting a larger sentence. I've looked into this already, and I have represented myself before in open court on a custody case multiple times, but I think you can handle my own. So um, I don't think John would be disappointed if I asked him for the money back and whatever he spent. I'm willing to pay $500 an hour, so I'm probably going to lose a lot of money, but I'll just take whatever I can get and represent myself. And then if I don't get thrown in jail, and I think if I can bring that SWAT raid into discovery, I can call that in discovery. And if they just watch that, I'll rest my whole case. I'll just let them watch the SWAT raid video and say, that's all I want to do is just show them the SWAT raid. I don't care about anything else. They won't convict me. I know any jury that looked at that SWAT raid will not convict me. So I'm not worried about representing myself. So it's super complicated, man. My life is always like this. It's just such a madness. This must be entertaining for some people to come in or watch this. I can't imagine people who just come in and go, this dude's life is freaking insane, man. You gotta watch this. It's like General Hospital up in here, like Days of Our Lives. So people could probably come in here as the sidelines and just be quiet and watch. I can't imagine. There must be some people that are. Well, they're letting me know there's a lot of people derive their pleasure from other people's pain. So this must be a pretty entertaining channel. But I do appreciate, again, I thought I'd just entertain the idea to um, come in here and see if somebody wanted to buy something too. So maybe something we'll hear, and I'll get a call um, from John or something. Something will happen. I don't know. We'll see. Uh, I just apologize for being so drugged down by the hours, not with drugs, but the hours that I thought I just spent 16 months of my life for nothing. I just wasted 16 months for nothing. And so it's just wearing on me. So, but nothing here. I'm just saying I appreciate everything I hear, but the whole Elijah thing is just not going to, and I could throw another $5,000 at it. It's not going to do anything for him. So I'm maybe considering asking the attorney to give the money back. If it's not going to do anything for Elijah, I think I can handle myself in trial, but I didn't think about it. Maybe I'll think about it over the weekend or something and talk to him on Monday afterwards after the court date, because I'm sure they'll set a trial date and the formality be done. So there'll be a trial set, and that's I need done. So maybe for that work, I'll pay him to get the trial set, and I'll see if I can, you know, I don't think he's going to take payments. He's told me so many times, because I dealt with him in the past, that that he just doesn't. I showed him the gold and silver. He's like, wow, it's like, okay, but he wanted the money. So, oh Father, when he's ready to change any of this, he will. So don't be feeling feel any obligation to do anything for me. Don't pray anything for Father's will for me, please, please, please. If he wants me to suffer, he wants me to suffer. He wants my son to suffer, my daughter. This is exactly like he wants it to be. If he wanted to be different, and they would have created all things. So once again, I'm not wanting this to be my will. Remember, again, it's something that I don't want to take from anybody, because I do have abundance. I'm just struggling to sell the things the assets that I own. But I'll leave it with, if you have any interest in it, I have a 20-acre parcel that was going to be my son's. I'm going to sell it or just let it go. I don't know. I don't own that one. I've been paying on it for about 7 years, but I'm sure the owner of it would let me walk away from about $12,000. And so I have that one for sale. I have a 5-acre for sale. I have a motorcycle for sale. I have a truck for sale. I have a flatbed for sale. If there's anything else you're looking for, will you please contact me? I might have it. I'm selling everything but this ministry itself, the land. So anything else is up for sale. I can't sell my Forerunner. I need that to be able to move around, and I do use it for the ministry. But maybe you've seen something in the background, and you've been here on the stream, and you've seen something maybe I have other things that maybe I'm not thinking about that you might show it up. Please get a hold of me before Monday. I'm trying to help myself, and I'm trying not to be prideful and just swallow my pride and come in here, and maybe somebody will hear it. Sometimes it just takes one, and I know that. So if not, please, again, don't feel obligated that you ever have to come in here and help. This is how Father wants it. Your help is just being here. I can't again imagine how these last 16 months, even though they were a struggle and they were all for nothing, they weren't, because I've met so many people on this. I shouldn't say that, but I mean on the legal portion with my son's thing. So hopefully I can get mine taken care of. I don't want to sit in jail. I don't want to be away from my dogs at all. So I think I'm going to try to just do whatever it takes to stay out of jail, so my dogs don't have to suffer. And maybe someday I can walk away from here with my dogs. I don't care if I leave with anything. I'll leave with the clothes on my back, my dogs, and my scripture, and I'll be fine. That sounds like a good life. I wanted to do that so long ago. Maybe if I listened to my son, he'd still be alive. So that's what he told me to do. So God feels a failure as a dad, and got my son, my daughters, his wife, all involved in this for no reason. So not feeling very good as a dad right now. Not feeling very good just as a person. So that's why I'm feeling a little beat, but I still pick myself up and come in and try to do something like this. And even with zero success, it wasn't for lack of effort. So love you, brothers, sisters. Thank you for your time, and have a struggle, because it's not supposed to be easy. If it's easy, then you're probably on the wrong path. So if again you have any questions about anything I've offered up for sale here, would you please contact Predestined for Light in the comment section. Try to get back with you. Please pester me, get a hold of. Sometimes I know that I'm just super busy dude. So but I love you, brothers, sisters. I'm so thankful for this ministry. Please don't let uh, my woes bring you down. Okay, he said, "Woe if you don't share the light." So please don't let my dark, thing. I still try to share a lot of light in here. He's my love. I love the word still. No matter what, I'm not mad at anybody or any. I have no vengeance. I'm just ready to find out what's going on. I just thought I just paid all that to make something happen. It just was in vain. So I'll get over it. I'm a forgiving person, and Father has a different plan for me, and so I don't want to make plans. I thought it was maybe I just maybe thought there'd be one, but that's not his timing. Like I said, there hasn't been anybody who's ever looked for Elijah or donated a single dime to his cause. So I don't expect anybody to pay for his mistakes or any of my mistakes. My Father wanted to be different. So come back when you have more time, because that doesn't cost anything. It's more valuable than money, because you can't buy time, and you might be able to make it up, but I don't know if that's even really a thing, because you can't get your time back. So time is more valuable than money, and I don't want any one of you to feel like your time here is not worth every single value, and the value of this ministry is on your comments. So please look past my woes, chew up the meat, and spit out the bones. Okay, and hopefully you can glean things from this ministry, and you can take, because I don't want to take from anybody. I have abundance, and I don't want to see Father on the other end, and you had all those things, and you took from the smallest amounts from somebody who had that. I could never rest in my heart knowing that I'd taken from somebody when they really needed it more in their life. And I'm just a guy that has abundance and just can't, because I can't sell the things I have. I've taken for somebody. I just couldn't. It's like I already feel like I've taken my son's life. I didn't do it with my own physical hands, but because of my selfishness for not listening to him, because I have these dogs and just the way I am, I'm just set in my ways, and I want my animals to be comfortable, and I wanted him to be comfortable. I didn't listen to him, and I didn't take his advice, and probably cost him his life, and that's a pretty shitty thing to live with. But what can you do? I don't know. I'll pick up the pieces when it happens. I'm doing it every day, so I appreciate you guys helping me be a major part of something that I don't know how or where I'd be today if I didn't have somebody to come talk to. I spent 18 hours in the day talking to you guys. So now I'm adding a 19, 20 and a half hour day. I better go, guys. That's too much. 20 and a half hours. Too much of a bad thing is a good thing. No, too much of a good thing is a bad thing. Appreciate your time again. And please leave comments about just anything. Always please add to the chat. This chat is because of you. I'm just one of 22,000. We got some backup channels, but this is our main channel. This is the family. Don't forget about Grace and Truth Ministries here on YouTube as well. Go see Brother Jim Brown. Okay? Much agape and phileo. I will see you guys hopefully whatever that might be. Father willing, thy kingdom come. That's the return of the bride. Agape is his will. Okay? Not phileo. So please, Father, don't let this be my will. Please let this be your will. Shalom, brothers, sisters, is peace. He said, don't say peace. Don't think it's going to get easy. It's going to get a lot worse. So that's what I'm planning on. I don't think what has happened to me is just the beginning of how much it's going to get a lot worse. So um, don't ever pray for anything in my life other than God's will, because I know I have people who pray for me, but I don't want you to pray for your will and what you want. I want you to pray for what Father wants for me. If it's good, great, in his time. And if it's bad, great. I don't want anything other than his, because I don't want to come back and retry this. I know that's not how it works, but I want to get it right this time. So whatever he has on this plate for me, I have to be fed it and dealt it and eat it, no matter if it's a hard pill to swallow, whatever it is. It's just going to have to be. So thank you, because I don't have anybody else in my life to talk to about this. I just don't. I don't. I'm isolated, and without this, I think I would have gone crazy. So I'll hopefully feel better the next time I talk to you. I am okay. I just, I think I overstressed myself. I think that's what I did. So I just, 16 months is a lot to swallow for no reason, for nothing at all. It just seems, not this year. It just seems, uh, it just a near impossibility for it to even, it's just vain. It just was worthless, and I'll have to get over it. I've done that before. I worked so hard at anything and never got anywhere. I just spent 16 months and over $100,000 doing it. So I come up with the additional 5,000. I'll be okay. It's not the end of the world. I think I want to walk out of here. I don't even know if I want to drive out of this place, because I don't want to even drive a car where I can be pulled over by a cop. I'll figure it out. I don't want to deal with it. So that day's going to come soon, though, brothers, sisters. I've been waiting a long time to get some closure. So they're going to take it to trial. It's, or I won't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to get my closure here in the next month, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It can't last forever. It feels like it just never ends. But I thank you again. Welcome to the last pages in Scripture. So take these days extremely. These days were written about, brothers and sisters. I hope you do understand. You can glean how important a time it is for us to be here in this time, and that we all have a very, very important part to play in this, Scripture that he wrote. And it was already written, so I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? He already wrote all things, everything that ever was, everything that ever will be, good and evil, everything not written, and you know he does these things after his own counsel. I'm such a bad saint servant because I question him, and he does it for his own pleasure. And he likes to beat the people he loves. He does it for his own reason, because he's beating things out of us that we don't realize in our life that are his will. Remember, not ours. So let him beat you, brothers, sisters. That's just the way this life works. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Pastor Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse. Again, if you want to support this ministry, thumbs up button, doesn't cost you anything, sharing any content. And if you want to make a donation, the links are in the description. How about you donate with your time when you have some more time? If you see me back up, tithing is not a monetary in here. It's just time, because you can't print it. Can't print time. I got a point there, right? So, hallelujah. Thank you, Father, for all the blessings and the abundance of all the support of this ministry. And everybody continues to come back year after year. I mean, this ministry been up for years. So thanks for making it work. I'm just one guy. I can't do it without you. It's not a ministry without the body, right? So he's the head. I'm not. I'm just another one of the bodies. So don't think I'm up here in anything way special, shape, or form. I'm just one guy who loves the word, and just a dad who loves his kid and don't want to see him get thrown in jail for no reason. So it don't matter if it didn't cost me anything. And if I cost him his life because I try to help him, I can't feel bad about that. So maybe I should have listened to him. But I'm gonna have to answer for that whenever I get to see him again. I don't think that's gonna be in this lifetime, but I've already accepted that. My daughter, it is what it is. When Father's ready, He will reveal that to me. I just spent 16 months and He hadn't revealed a single thing to me, so I don't expect anything to change. Okay, it's His will be done. That's agape, not phileo. Remember, He told Peter, "I'm not asking you if you phileo me, Peter. That's the worldly things. So wrestle not against flesh and blood. But do you agape me? That's spirit. But against spiritual wickedness in high places, principalities, powers, the rulers of the darkness of this world. So I know what I'm here to do. I hope you have your loins girded in His service. That's what He said. Maranatha, believing in me. That's an action word. Faith without works is dead. Belief is a verb, not a noun. You can't believe in Jesus. Okay, so that's all I'm trying to do is show Him that I love Him by just standing up every day and doing what He tells me to do. So no vengeance. Nobody who hurt me, even if somebody killed my son, I can't do anything about it. It's not going to do anything to go try to make things worse. So I'll try to pick up the pieces as I always do as a soldier, put my teeth back in my head until they beat the heart out of me. I'm a soldier. God will never stop serving the word. They have to beat me to beat the last breath. and then I will be able to be resurrected, lifted, and then saved. So, but you got to endure the end if you want to be saved. Remember, you got to die if you want to be saved. So, that's the beautiful thing about salvation, brothers and sisters. He carries, picks us up, lifts us from a beginning point to an ending point. And if we don't seek any vengeance, anybody who wronged us, anybody who hurt us, he will heal. He will write all that out. But it doesn't happen until after this flesh, brothers and sisters. Remember that. Very important. That's why it's not no vengeance off of any man who's done anything. In this case, Father chose to do this to me because it's not them. He made them do that to me. He's just seeing if I'll lash out at them. So that word's orge. I mean, read it. Quick to wrath, quick to indignation, quick to anger, and very importantly, quick to judgments. He let him condemn. We judge with righteous judgment. So I just do myself the same way. I know what I did. I'll answer for everything. I'm accountable for everything I did. I know my son will, and I know my daughter will. I don't know her as much as I know my last daughter, but I do know that she's a very equally yoked woman, and I've never seen her collarbone or ankle bone. She's conservative. She works hard. She was even working 7 days a week with my son before all of this happened to try to support him. I couldn't have him ask for any better of a wife than he had or has, or if he's with her. I don't know. So blessings. Please come back again and support this. Um, there's no bond in here. There's no bondsman, Jennifer, here in Oregon. So again, uh, there's no bond in Oregon. So again, if you want to support the ministry, I have a motorcycle for sale. I had it for $4,000, $1,500. The land, I'm dropping 20,000 off. It was 39. I'll sell it for 19. And I have a truck that's like I sell for $1,500. It's got $1,000 worth of tires. I got the titles to everything. And I have a flatbed diesel. I got plenty of land or whatever. If there's something you might have seen in the background again, please get a hold of me. I gotta go, guys. I spent 20 or 21 hours on here today, and I love staying there all night, but nothing's gonna happen. And I need to start preparing myself for probably trial, so I can represent myself. So I don't think anybody has $5,000 right now, just to give, and I'm not wanting that. I was hoping maybe somebody might be interested in something I had for sale. That was the motive. So blessings and abundance and bounty for you, and I hope that again that you'll return when you have some more of that time of abundance of time. Welcome to the last pages, Pastor Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse. Whoa.